Hello, everyone, and welcome to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. My name is Cutie, and our show covers mostly Soulslikes, Roguelikes, and Metroidvanias. Now, today we have an absolute banger of a show. We have the OG, the fan favorite, everyone's potentially favorite or first speedrun that they really watch when they get into. It's so popular, we ended a GDQ with it this year. So if you haven't seen that, you can check out the VODs. But we are doing none other than Super Metroid with Sephi here. And then following up, we've got Lies of P All Ergo Bosses. If you know me, I love a good old-fashioned all bosses run. So we're going to have that coming up. But first, I do want to give a little shout out to the Yeti. If you're interested in supporting GDQ Hotfix, you can always go over to theyeti.com/GDQ, that's YETEE, and pick up a Season 4 shirt. I happen to be wearing it today, and it's got all of your favorite logos and shows on it. My left and my right are different on camera. I think we're there. That's us. Yeah. Proud Papa moment for that. But without further ado, let's get on to the runs. So let's go ahead and bring in Sephi and their commentary team of Guppy, Pay, and Mrock. How are all three of you doing today?
Chilling, we're good. What's going on? Game's done quick. Guppy and Mrock, how y'all?
Hello, happy to be here. Doing great.
Excited.
Doing epic.
Awesome. Well, go ahead and give us a quick little introduction. Talk about what we can see today. I think most people have seen Super Metroid at one point or another, but I know we're doing a special route showcase here. So kind of tell everybody what we can expect to see, and then let's go ahead and get into it.
First and foremost, I do want to announce that this particular boss order, we're going to be doing the legacy route. That's what I'm going to be showcasing because it's the route that a lot of people that want to get into running this game start off with, and I think it's just the best way to kind of look at this run and be like, oh, you can do it too. You know, it's just like, this can be you. I'm just gonna, not to put myself up that high, but it's just, I really like the enthusiasm that runners feel for when they are learning this game, and as they improve their times. I mean, Guppy, Pay, and Mrock both started, like, they have less than a year running, and they've already shown a lot of determination, a lot of enthusiasm, and excitement for running this game. So that's why I picked them for my comms, because they can express and they can kind of testify for what this game is running this game from a beginner perspective. So yeah, I'm ready whenever Guppy and Mrock can take over. Honestly, I want to let them just kind of cook on the comms.
All right, well, give us a quick little countdown. 3, 2, 1, and we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, can y'all count me down, please?
Okay.
Sure.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Good luck, have fun.
We're off. It's fine.
That was
fine.
so perfect.
Okay. All right. I'm Mrock, and Sephi, gave a solid introduction of this route, and it'll look quite familiar if y'all have seen other routes. So we'll start out here in Ceres and hop off the exploding planet before E2 go down with it. And as Sephi kind of goes through this route, Guppy and I will just tag team and talk a little bit about it. Guppy and I both started around August. Is that when you started speedrunning too, Super Metroid?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're well-seasoned noobs. And Sephi's been really integral in helping both of us get pretty good at this category for where we started. So, this escape, especially in the beginning when you are new, can be quite nerve-wracking. It's shaking, it's theme, it's loud, it's
yeah, it's true. Steam sales.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Themes are so annoying.
So
I remember when I first played this game, I was so I was so scared. I was like, oh, I have to run. I have to go out quickly. It was very funny.
So with both of you being on the newer side, what was it that prompted you to want to get into Super Metroid? What started you on this journey and what keeps you coming back to it?
Yeah, I think so. I was alive when this game first came out, so every couple of years I did a casual playthrough. And for whatever reason, last summer I looked up the world record, checked out the speedrunning VOD, found Twitch, and found the SM community on Discord, and they were wonderful and very inviting, and gave it a shot. And I think the great thing about this game is that it is so rewarding as you level up throughout it. It can be very frustrating, and the mental fortitude required to continue speedrunning this game is quite high. But I do think that with the progress you're seeing in real time, gives the good feels, and I think just the community too. I mean, I've made some of the greatest friends speedrunning. What about you, Guppy?
Yeah, for me, I've been streaming for a while when I found SM. I actually did first playthrough retro games. So I did Chrono Trigger, then I did Final Fantasy 4, 6, I did Ocarina, and then I did Super Metroid. And then all thanks to my dad. He's the one that recommended all those epic games to me and fell in love with it. I was like, you should try speedrunning it. And then here I am, speedrunning it. And it's been the best experience ever. Obviously, I met some great people. Met Steffi, met Mrock. And yeah, I'm very happy to be here.
So much so that Guppy felt like the urge, the excitement to go to Games Done, or not, to GDQ.
Yeah,
this
I did.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
GDQ she was there in the audience, front row. You can see her just having like the time of her life.
Hell yeah, it was a great experience. Yeah, I got to meet some of the Metroid runners. They were nice, welcoming, and yeah, it was very fun.
So look forward to seeing these two continue to climb their rise to Dominion. Just kidding.
It's funny how you're doing climb as you said climb.
I know, right? And that was a clean
funny.
climb. That was
Very clean.
I just like to perform this game as a metaphor,
mm-hmm.
And we just want to like hug the animals at the end of this game. That's the whole that's the fun of this. Because we've replayed this game so many times, we know what happens. I'm gonna spoil it for you, chat. I don't care. The baby dies. Let's face it. So let's look for a new pet.
No, let's just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I want to look for a new pet, and it's either like a green monkey?
Eticoons?
The etiquette.
The green
Monkey.
And then the ostrich, the Cora.
Oh yeah, that thing. I forgot about that thing.
One thing I did want to point out is that it is well known in SM speedrunning that early game is rough. It's tough. And I know that Steffi is making it all look free with how he got up the climb, right? Parlor, that's this area that he climbed up here. And then we just saw Bomb, Frizo BT. All of that done sub 5 minutes. And that's a reflection of just the experience and dedication and skill that Steffi's invested in this game, because that is not an easy feat. And to make it look that easy must be nice.
Must be nice. That is kind of like the mantra of this community.
Yes.
Because I think there's something, as mean as it may sound, for me personally, I kind of feel it like it's our own ironic way to show admiration for our peers, for those that, know what it's like, have been in our position, or continue to like hone their craft, right? So whenever we tell each other must be nice because like, oh, must be nice being able to like always be on PB pace, right? Must be nice to like be able to land some really difficult strats like all the time. And you know, we each have our strengths and we each have our weaknesses.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's really well said, Sephi, that it is just admiration and in a fun, bantery way. At the end of the day, everybody is cheering on everyone in this community. You see the world record runners encouraging other top runners to beat their time, right? We want to see each other succeed. And Guppy and I have gotten close over the months because, again, we both started out around the same time. And it's been a lot of fun watching Guppy grow as a runner and bring her own uniqueness because, and then the parallels between Sephi and Guppy, because Sephi started on keyboard in 2014, I think you said, and Guppy is a keyboard runner too, which is fantastic. And she has this weird hand contraption keyboard controller thing that looks like it's from the year 3000. And she's killing it, and she's making this route her own. One thing that I love about Super Metroid and especially KPDR, which is what Sephi is running, it's the boss order of Kraid, Phantoon, Dragon, and Ridley, is that you can make it your own. You can decide what items you pick up. You can decide which routes. So Sephi is going to do what's called the X Factoring route, which we'll point out. I run the Spazer route, which Sephi is abandoning as we run past it now.
Thank goodness. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. R.I.P. Thank you, Guppy. And Guppy gets early ice and skips Spazer and makes it her own. And I think that's really neat. And I think that's why I gravitate towards Gupster a lot too. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no. R.I.P. All right.
It's Spazer.
Reset.
Mess with me.
All right. Well, the run's dead. That Guppy and I have continued to make this our own, and it's really neat to see runners like Sephi could be getting easily, and who has. Wait, what's your PRKD time? Is it a 41, Sephi, or a 42?
I wish. PRKD? Yeah, 41:40.
Yeah, 41. So, right, PRKD is the new route, and it's much faster because of its efficiency and routing. But to see top runners running this category and getting these really remarkable times is inspiring.
Good quick kill. First boss down.
Right.
That's a really neat party trick that you can show your friends. So yeah, how much do you show off to your friends at this game? How much you know this game? How well you know this game? Like, how would y'all flex this game? To the people that you know that you stream. I'm asking you, Guppy, and you, Ross.
Yeah. Go for it, Guppy.
Me? How do I show? I show off like all the time. I show it off all the time. I would tell my friends like,
She's just
"Hey, I just got a PB," and yeah, and then they're so encouraging. They're so happy for me and the fact that I am in this community and how I'm enjoying streaming as how it should be. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like doing like all the tricks and strats is very much rewarding, and it's something to definitely brag about through my to my friends, and also obviously to people who watch me stream. Getting those strats especially the harder strats, getting it down is very rewarding, especially if you also get to PB on the run that you're doing. So yeah.
Yeah, and PBing is personal besting, so getting your Nick's fastest time, and I think that's great, Guppy, that you have so many people in your life that are excited, even if they don't necessarily play this game. Yeah, and I think what Sephi said about the party tricks, right? The quilling of Quaid, the quick killing of Kraid. There we go. Is a fun one to show off, especially people who have only played this game casually. for, being able to do all of this on 4 tanks of energy and 10 super missiles and 5, the party trick in itself is just being able to run this game and not die for the most part. I mean, there's a lot of dying, but we don't capture those ones, right? We don't focus.
No.
You're either practicing or you're getting a PB. There's no in between.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a category that Kill Samus RTA. That's what it's called.
Oh, that's right.
So, I mean, if that's like, if you want to speed run how quickly you can die in the game, that's a thing. But I don't publish that. I don't even think I've tried for that category.
There's also Vileplume RTA, which is the thing. I'll point them out as we get going in the route, but you fall into as many as you can within the fastest time. So there's a lot of fun in this game too. A lot of quote unquote meme categories, and it's creative what people come up with. Breaking the door, okay.
Oh yeah, so there's ways to like optimize the way that you enter a door. Imagine if that were like, if that translated to IRL. Like, how can I enter this next round? Actually, it feels like that's a thing. Sometimes, like when you enter a new room and you forget why you entered that room, it's like that some weird phenomena. But yeah, there's like a proper way to enter doors just to minimize how the door scrolls, the time spent in that door transition. It's just really important. I'm gonna farm again. Because,
Yeah, you should.
And I got something what's called tablespoon drops. It's named after a really, really cool runner. Also young, strapping young warrior that's up and coming. He actually has the same time as I do.
Wild. That's wild.
He's actually my goat, so shout out to Spoon. I got spoon drops.
Shout out to Tablespoon out there.
Yeah. Interchangeably, though, you can also call them Timon drops or Mary Click drops. So I want to name
European drops.
Yeah, European drops. Let's see.
And what's great about this community and this game is that, there are strats named after people that it's either endearing or because there was some floundering happening, maybe in a tournament, neck and neck, escaping, right? So if you hear some of these strats, oftentimes they're named after runners. Sometimes there are strats that find out their names and you take a second listen because who came up with that? But you know what? It's fine. Happy, what's your favorite strat in this game?
My favorite strat in this game? Oh, there's a lot of strategies that although one that I really like is the one I just learned. It's Pop Tune. I love Pop Tune. It's the reason why I got my newest PB. Shout out to Poplars for doing that strat. And yeah, so Pop Tune is a strat, an X Factor strategy that fire strategy that you have to do for Fantoon, which I'm pretty sure is where Sephi is currently headed right now. And I struggle with Fantoon. I think out of all of the bosses, he's, for me at least, is the hardest to defeat. And the fact that I learned about some really nice people in my community showed me this trick, and I learned it, and it was I 2-rounded Fantoon and got less than a minute. I saved less than a minute. More than a minute. More than a minute. Yeah, more than a minute with my runs. Got a PB, and yeah, I'm so grateful and thankful that they showed that strat to me.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah. What about you, Emra?
Me, first, Sephi, do you do Pop Tune or do you do the on-screen try hard one?
Do on-screen try hard, but I mean it's an X Factor strat, so
it's still I know, but it's not Pop Tune.
Yeah,
I say we could watch Sephi do it, but
I wish I knew how to do it. I'm really bad at
it. Could teach you.
Do what?
Pop Tune.
Could teach him how to do Pop Tune.
Oh yeah. I'll gladly teach you Pop Tune.
Yeah, I think for me, I think that funny you say Fantoon and Poptoon because I think of Fantoon and Dopplers.
Oh yeah.
Endearing called Doppels or Dooples or Doppies. But it's, using a specific rhythm. So it's a missile every 10 frames where you're able to capitalize on the time that Fantoon is there. And if you shoot your missiles too fast, he disappears. If you shoot him too slow, he disappears. So it's kind of like the Goldilocks of nice attempt on the ocean fly. And so it's a fun way to get faster at Fantoon. It's, you could even, there's runners out there, shout out to Fen, who were noobs running KPDR and bought himself out of one round. So killing Fantoon in one round just from doppling. So there's so many impressive runners out there. That's neat. You learned Poptoon.
Yeah.
Oh?
Flex for sure.
I want to learn that next. That's pretty.
The speedball?
Yeah.
That one
I
there?
haven't learned that yet. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that one saves a handful of frames, but it looks really cool.
It does look cool. Okay, here we have Fantoon.
So Sephi is selecting his power bombs because his power bomb and then a wave charge shot to X Factor. So difference between what Sephi does and what Guppy does is that Sephi does his X Factors on screen, so Fantoon never leaves. Ooh, slow.
Yep.
Oh, man. And then Guppy does hers off screen. Fantoon leaves, and as he's coming back, he will X Factor. And we always talk about Fantoon and the lovely RNG of the rounds. Nice 2 rounds, Sephi.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's pretty neat. That's flawless.
Yeah. I was flawless, but Fantoon wasn't with his patterns. That's just
True.
the nuisance of it.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, for the first round, so the very first time we see Fantoon, I mean, the most common pattern is a slow, whether left or right. And then the second round, it is the top, most probable patterns are, a left fast or slow or a right mid. So getting a slow, I think is one of the most common patterns or up there. I think slow mid maybe is, but but it never, especially when you're on PB pace, it's getting those slows is like, oh, wrong way, Sephi.
Trying to go back.
Gotta go up.
I want to go back.
You missed your boy already?
The
You missed your boy already?
The map's down there.
Oh, the map is down there. Forget about that.
That's good.
One cool fact I wanted to share with chat that I love ever since learning it is that boss sounds that you hear are based on, or actually taken from the Godzilla movies from, the 80s, I think? The creator of Super Metroid loved the movie so much that he wanted to incorporate their sounds. So when you're hearing Kraid or Fantoon or Ridley or Dragon, they're all different monsters, dinosaurs, creatures from Godzilla.
Yeah, I wonder. Can't remember. I think they're mostly dinosaurs for the most part, and a robot every now and then. Here we have some downtime.
And a robot. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you wanna.
If Kiwi, if you wanna, send it.
Yeah, happy to. Well, first, we will have, I've seen a couple people mention save and kill the animals. We will have a poll coming up for that a little bit later, so don't worry, we are on it. But you may remember that is a common donation incentive and something that we have at all of our events that feature Super Metroid. And so I do want to remind everyone that GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Frost Fatales 2025, will be live from March 9th to 16th and will be benefiting the National Women's Law Center. Visit gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more information on the event, or use !FF, which I will throw in the chat right now, to check out the schedule. Now, sadly, Super Metroid is not on that schedule. So if you do want to see more killing or saving of animals, you can always check out any of our missed content or events or VODs like Back to Black or AGDQ on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. So if you want to see a little bit of historical evidence of how many times we've killed or saved animals, you can definitely check that out. But there will be a poll coming up a little bit later. And I'll toss it back to you all.
Thank you for that. That's neat. That's it's actually really, really cool because potentially we might see Guppy and Emrog at one of these events, having their own slot, like Frost Fatales, anything for speedrunning Super Metroid. So yeah.
Yeah, it's an event that I just learned of. So I think Guppy for I know there's the one in March, but maybe for the next one, we
Race each other?
train together.
See?
You're definitely gonna win.
No, not race.
It should race
Whatever.
better.
And you're on. Oh my gosh, but you're catching up quick. I mean, you're getting some solid times, and you're saving the animals. So, yeah. Yeah. So up next, Duffy is making his way uptown. I wanted to use the downtown joke, but a little outplayed.
The Dragon.
The Dragon. We call Dragon the shrimp, the resident shrimp jerk. This is Meridia. Meridia can be, oftentimes the determining factor of whether or not you get a PB. There's a lot of not only RNG, but a lot of technical skill that goes into Meridia, especially as you start getting faster. I know that I've had my frustrations with Dragon, and in my splits, she is named Dre Isn't Bay, or Dre Ain't Bay. I don't know if you've also experienced those frustrations with Dragon, Guppy.
Oh yeah, I have. I definitely have had my frustrations with Dragon since I also X Factor him. It is frustrating since I feel like whenever I would use ammo and then his belly is so red and then he doesn't die and he's still up. I was like, oh well, you gotta use more, and you have to shoot his what is it? What do you call it? I forgot what you call it. Well, you have to shoot whatever he throws.
Oh, the goop.
The goop, yeah. You have to shoot the goop in order to get ammo, and sometimes you don't hit. If it gets onto you, well, Dragon grabs Samus, and obviously... Salmon, yeah. I said Samus. I meant Samus. Sorry, my queen. But yeah, and then you have to obviously tap buttons or to get yourself out of Dragon's hold. That's a bit of an annoying part whenever that mishap happens.
Bit of a clinger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to live.
And with Dragon, so Guppy and Steffi X Factor, and you'll also see the Shine Sparking. I know Steffi does the X Factor / or Factor Shine Spark combo. And there's been a lot of optimization that has gone into this fight of how you maximize your damage. So, right, going in here, nice, doing blue, all that, right?
Yeah, I think I just pressed the button.
Something like that. I just pushed the button.
That's
nice. And Steffi gets the spike suit.
Oh, right. Sorry. I just pressed the buttons is the speedrunner equivalent to I just work here? Because I honestly sometimes don't understand what I'm doing. I just know that if I do this and I do that, then this happens.
So what you saw Steffi doing as he was eating himself into the turrets, as he had his blue suit, is getting a spike suit, which is it a glitch? Is it intentional? We know. I don't know if we know.
It's definitely like an exploit. Oh, here we go with the debate. Glitch, exploit. Which one is it? Bug?
I know. Bug? Anyway, whatever it is, it's pretty cool where you're exploiting the blue suit so that you can store your shine spark, which thing that makes you go zoom. And so what Sephi did was get the spike suit, which is 2 very, very fast taps, and is actually pretty tricky, and did the reverse halfie, which...
Nope.
Oh, so close. Almost busted.
I failed everyone. I failed Carl. I failed Dan.
Carl. Oh.
I failed Ivan. I failed Zos. But mostly Carl. Carl would be disappointed.
The reading chat, the legacy route is the old route, so the KPDR, because it turns, I think we were talking about it backstage, that it turns 11. This year? Or no, since new route has been out. So
yeah.
Right, since new route has been out. So
11.
So it's 11 years in retirement from being the fastest route. So KPDR, again, the boss order, Raid Fantoon, Raygon, Ridley. So now Sephi's going to make his way downtown. I get to use it now. So I think there's a bit of some movement and room jumping if you wanted to do any more announcements during this time.
Yep.
Me too. We've talked about some of our other events, but we do have, I believe this is the first time we're doing this, where you can tune in to Speedruns 2025 from February 27th, which is about 2 weeks away, until March 2nd. So if you have experience in any of the runs that are being shown, or you are interested in commentating for the English restream, which is what will be on this channel, you can use !Speedruns in chat to learn more, and you can also still apply before February 12th, which is about 2 days away, and I will throw that into chat as well. Thank you.
So yeah, Sephi is making his way to Ice. Oh, forgot.
Oh yeah.
So this is one of the other deviations from KPDR. So again, at the beginning, talking about there can be multiple routes within KPDR. Sephi does the sadly no spacer, but no spacer, late ice, and it changes the route to lower Norfair, and Guppy does the early. Guppy actually does earliest ice. So she even gets it before going to Bubble Mountain, and I do just early ice. So that's really cool that, all three of us run the same route. So KPDR, right? This route, but do it in different ways. And this is northern route, right?
Southern. This is southern.
Southern?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both go down. I don't know. I get confused. I'm directionally challenged.
It's true though. It is a little confusing. But I guess going back to what you were speaking of, as far as like when we grab ice item, that speaks to like how you can kind of make this game as difficult, or I think as you've said before, how as fun as you want it to, and that the reason that applies and why that's relevant to speedrunning is because you can kind of make some rooms easier for yourself, so you kind of go at your own pace, because ice does help out a lot with some of the weird rooms. Like, I mean, there's a reason why the both of you love Spazer, and it's because that's a beam that kills a lot of the early game enemies in one shot. Something that that you'd either have to use missiles for, and you only have a finite amount of those. So it just is huge quality of life.
Yeah. When I first when I decided to not include Spazer, it definitely got harder, because obviously, again, as what you said, it kills enemies in one shot, and so I guess that's how I incorporate a lot of X factors now into my KPDR run. It's because it's a good alternative if you don't have Spazer, or a goated beam such as Spazer. That's how everyone would describe Spazer.
Oh boy. Yeah, and but then there's also the limitations of ice, right? The earlier we get it, then you have it in Meridia, the water age, phase, level, and it can make things a bit of a struggle, right? Because typically, as we were seeing, Peppy can just shoot the animals. And oh no, don't shoot the animals. Shoot the enemies. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Excuse me. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Save the frames. Anyway, right, but it can both be helpful and a hindrance in their own regard, and it just plays on the. I think Steffi was talking about how it plays on the strength of the runner, which is really neat. Steffi, what's your thoughts on Ridley?
On Ridley, I actually don't mind Ridley. I like Ridley. He's probably Ridley's probably my favorite out of the bosses. I think because he's the last one before you go to Mother Brain, and I think he's cool. I think Ridley's cool. Obviously he's like the hardest to kill in terms of like his health. He has the most health, right, compared to the others. But yeah, I think out of the 4, Ridley would be my favorite.
Nice.
But yeah, what about you?
Sorry, 1 second. It was a little dicey in that pirate room. Steffi got down to 39 health, so I was just kind of holding tight for a second because, but then he did the right thing of base jumping up above and not running in the acid. Yeah, I feel like Ridley is the most difficult when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
But fighting him is like a dance, and once you get that dance down. He's one of my favorite bosses to fight. Like, I practice him for fun sometimes. But yeah,
I like Ridley. His tail does do damage.
I say his tail is a separate. Yeah. Ooh, nice
all
fight.
Caps damage.
Buffy. Jumping into the arms of Ridley. That was a good fight.
Thank you.
Yeah, I often say his tail is an entity of its own. And I think this would be the best time to see if we want to save the frames or save the animals.
Yeah. What would chat want, huh? Let's get that poll going. Just chat want to see as far as like saving or not saving the animals.
And we were talking backstage. I believe one of you was going to advocate for one, and one of you was going to advocate for the other. So we got like a little debate club here. If you want to make your opening statements while Chad is getting into it.
Yeah, go for it, Guppy. What are you choosing?
I mean, I am a guppy, so obviously I have to save the animals, right? I mean, come on, they're animals. They're my brothers. My brothers, my sisters. They're my people, basically. Or my animals. Sorry, my animals, because we are animals. But yeah, I mean, why won't you want to save your fellow animals? Do you want to just leave them to die in Zebes? Like, come on now.
Yeah, wow.
That's
we just went there. Wow, that's a low blow. Well, Guppy, the great thing about animals is that there are so many of them, right? There are just so many. And there's only so many frames that can be saved in this game, right? And you know what? We can often, just like a lot of us eat animals now to live, they also are doing their part in the circle of life of letting Steffi get a much better time than going out of his way. Or maybe are they grateful? Are they ungrateful? I don't know. They don't really tell us much. They kind of laugh at us when we're learning how to wall jump, so that's not very nice. Right?
Yeah,
they
but
got their little.
Do you want to have the knowledge that you basically just left them to die?
I mean, I say thank you for your service. I did not put them there. Okay, so the blood is not on my hands.
Yeah, sometimes I think of it as the age-old moral dilemma debate. It's like, well, I feel like it's kind of bad faith to say kill the animals. You're just not saving them.
Oh, yeah, exactly. See?
But
just what Steffi said.
But I also do want to advocate for, that extreme approach of like, well, let's let's make it seem like we're killing the animals. Why not? Someone's really that much of a diehard fan that by not saving them, they really pride themselves as, oh, we killed the animals. So I don't know. I think it's just it's wild that Guppy doesn't want me to go as fast as possible by saving the animals. But I also think it's also kind of ridiculous, sorry, Rox, that you want to kill the animals.
Oh, wow. Buffy's, you're playing both sides. Oh my gosh. I mean, okay. Let's look at it this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, chat. Let's talk, okay? So Samus, how many times throughout this game has she had to fight through the wilderness, through the volatiles, through adversity, and has managed not to get herself stuck in a room, trapped, has not managed to get herself stuck where she has the skill to shine spark and can't break through the blocks. And for our jumping pals, they're literally laughing at us, okay? So I rest my case that as much as I do love animals, all right, I do love them. I love the baby turtles. That why don't we rescue the baby turtles, right? Why are we picking and choosing who we rescue? I think we either need to rescue every animal off the planet, or we rescue none and we save the frames, because again, the frames carry this game, right? They get your name on the board. So anyway,
I will say the chat has spoken. The poll has ended. It was close, but we do have an answer that we will be saving the animals.
All right, we'll be talking after chat, all right, or after stream. I know. I could see who chose. No, I can't see. It's all anonymous. But okay, secretly though, I wanted y'all to choose save the animals. So I just had to choose a side. And I love debating. So thank you for choosing animals. They're very cute.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah. Emrock used that reverse psychology.
I mean, I gotta make that useful somehow, right?
I feel like the animals, like you said that yes, they were laughing at you, but they also showed you it is possible to wall jump and to run.
Which is one of the hardest techs in the game.
Edikins teach you to wall jump, and Takora teaches you how to run. And
they're mocking us.
Insane jump. Nah, they're not mocking. I think honestly, I think they're mocking, but at least they teach you something valuable that we use in use in speedrunning.
All right, you win. No, really though, they're cute. The Edikuns are cute. But why aren't we saving the baby turtles? They didn't hurt us. Mama Turtle's just protecting her babies. So I do want to know why we're picking favorites. Would you pick a favorite child? Maybe Steffi would.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Steffi would seem like he would pick a favorite child.
I mean, you're right, but that's not what this is about.
Well. If the shoe fits, if the duck quacks, if the Edikun mocks.
Everything that you're saying, I agree, but I'm just mad. And I'm not going to defend myself. But yeah, we got some time for more announcements.
Making me work. I'm kidding.
Yes.
So you might have seen it in the chat, but GDQ is hiring. So if you're interested in becoming a host volunteer coordinator, you can go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs, but make sure you apply before February 17th, as that is when applications are closing. I believe that is EST, but don't quote me. So if you want to come work with amazing people such as myself, because I have no ego whatsoever, you can go ahead and check that out. And if it looks interesting, if you think you're up for it, go ahead and send us an application the next week or so.
I am so sorry for that was not shade. That was not me throwing that to make it seem like I don't want to work. Please, please sign up. GDQ does a lot of amazing things to, give speedrunners a platform. That was not me getting grabbed by the baby in protest.
That was,
I promise.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm really sorry.
So Sephi once again throwing for content. We saw him do it with the supers and Dragon. Remember? Not today, but there is video where he accidentally supers, and now he's, tricks that he's done a million times. No, I'm just kidding. The baby skip, it's wild because you can be so consistent at it, and then, for whatever reason, you just get got, and
Yeah.
we're just giving the baby some.
Is it fairly new?
This version of Baby Skip is.
Yeah,
Baby Skip as a
okay.
whole, I think. I couldn't tell you, but there's the Boomer Skip and then there's the Stachio Skip that Effie did make a good attempt at. That baby is just slippery.
Yeah.
Very much so. But yeah, no, I'm sure you're very wonderful, Cutie. In fact, I might submit my application right here, right?
Oh, you heard it here first. You got competition for the job, so get those applications in.
Speedrun is Steffi's portfolio, so if you like what you see, you can contact either Guppy or myself as his representatives. I'm gonna ride the coattails as far as we can.
Yep.
You never got a ketchup, did you?
I got 2, which is even worse.
You got 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got 2. I had 2 ketchups. I had 2 spicy ketchups. Why? Why,
Oh
Guppy?
no!
Spicy ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love me a good spicy ketchup.
Guppy's doing this really great thing on her stream where she's raising money for an animal shelter in her area, and because of that, all of the runs that she's doing, she saves the animals. So her PB, so her personal best right now, all save the animals. So had she chosen to save the frames, there'd be a good amount of time, but no, I admire and really respect Guppy for what she's doing for her community, and then sticking to her guns and what she believes in and saving those animals. Because so Steffi, here's the deal.
What's up?
When you save the animals, you do have to wait until they leave, because I want to see the little Edikun flex in the middle of the room. Right? Can we compromise?
Oh, you know what? Fine. Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
All right.
That's true.
I'm on one side of the spectrum. We either, get rid of them, or we have to stay for the whole show, because the little Edikun does put on a little flex show for us, and it's very cute.
Yeah, I guess I'll make a little dance.
Yeah, thank you for what you're doing for the animals, Guppy. I think that's really neat.
Of course.
I think Guppy's also mentioned that the reason she chose that particular charity is because her cats, right? Both your cats are...
Yeah, both of my cats are from that charity, yes.
So see, everyone here is giving.
I also in my defense too, I want everyone to know that I have 4 cats of my own. Okay, so I do not hate animals.
Exactly.
I love them. My emotes that you see in chat now are all cat themed. Okay, well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Some of them are rock themed. So please know that.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not trying to slander rocks.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm then. I know that. So this room is named Leodox. I learned it's not necessarily sweet and endearing because he was the goat at this room, but it was I got to see, or I watched the VOD, it was a very neck and neck race. And then it made it seem like it was all shambly, and it wasn't as shambly as the, naming the room after him, but he lost because there was some shambles in that room, and now it is named Leodox. So again, your name can live in admiration or infamy. So
Do I have to say
here
these
we go.
things?
I mean,
Nah.
hi. Right. Okay, but you have to wait till the end. Remember, that's the deal. You shook on it. You made a pact.
That's true.
Okay. Just watch the little Edikuns. So the Edikuns are the little ones. Look, he's gonna. Oh, he flexes. Okay, bye. Why can't you go in the hole too? That's. There's something going on there. They're sneaky,
Yeah.
right? Why wouldn't they let you
There's
in?
gonna be
But they all get to go
something
in.
there.
See, Guppy? See, they're conspiring.
They definitely are.
So
You don't know what it is, but they definitely are conspiring.
they want to be dead. They want to leave me in this.
All right, chat, show us your animal emotes for thanking Sephi for saving the animals. GG, Seph.
Good game.
GG,
That is
Steph.
time.
Good job.
For sure. Thank you.
GG.
Yeah. That was great. That was a great demonstration of KPDR and saving the animals. Yeah, thanks for doing comms with me, Guppy. This was a lot of fun.
Of course. Thank you, Sephi, for asking me and Emrock to do comms for you. And also thank you, Emrock, for commenting as well. Fun fact, this is my very first time commenting for
And didn't she do
something
great?
like this.
Chat? We should
Oh,
definitely
God.
ask her back.
But yeah, thank you so much, Sephi, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Well, this is, speaking of which, a great time for you to tell all the wonderful people out there where they can find you, where they can follow you or watch more of your content or whatever it is that you want to plug, and also any shout outs or thank yous or anything else. I know we did a little bit there, but yeah, tell the good people about yourselves, where they can find you.
Y'all can start off, Ron.
Yeah, I stream Super Metroid on Twitch, so I go by mrock, whatever. But my Twitch handle is mrockstar20, and I stream most late evening, the Pacific time. So
Yeah, always a fun time. Really cool. Good vibes in general. Just the best way to just kind of like wind down after a long day. Make sure to check out mrockstar20. Thank you again, Rox. I really do appreciate it.
first,
Lives to her name, Rockstar. And then Guppy, you as well. Plug yourself in.
Hey y'all, I'm Guppy. Y'all can check me out at twitch.tv/guppypay, as y'all can see on the screen. And yeah, I do obviously Super Metroid, and I do any percent KPDR runs at around 7:30 to 8 p.m. Central Time. So yeah.
Yep. And then...
and there.
Oh, go ahead.
Just sorry, quickly. I just noticed on the screen. So there's only one R in the M Rockstar. I love that it's Mr. Rockstar on screen.
Mr. Rockstar.
Which many people have told me or called me, but it is just one R. So M Rockstar 20.
Well, yeah, thank you for that clarification. True. Don't want to accidentally give Mr. Rockstar.
See if
Free
someone's there.
follows.
All right. Go for it, Seth.
But yeah, Guppy, Macarena enthusiast, and Rockstar, a wonderful. It's EDM music, right? And
yeah,
just very musical people. And then as for
Macarena,
me, as for me, I come out of retirement every now and then. I just like doing KPDR. It's my favorite boss order, the best around. And then I just try to tune in to whatever everyone's up to. I'm not really speedrunning this game as much anymore, but don't get me wrong, I do fancy myself just kind of de-rusting any percent every now and then. It's just a game that I played when I was like 5 years old, and now I'm a booming 70. So no, I'm not. It's just been incredible to have this game be part of me. 30 years running. So yeah, and then check out everyone. Like everyone's super wonderful as well. But just make sure to prioritize those two first. They're the best. And then shout outs to Timon, to Merrick, Tablespoon, Finn, Hope Road, Poom, just a bunch of wonderful people that have been doing their best as well. Jichi. And yeah, I think I plugged in everyone that's just someone to like look out for and always there. Y'all some goats. So thank you. Thank you, GDQ.
It's been our pleasure.
GDQ.
Thank you so
Cutie.
much.
Yeah, thank you all three for joining us. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because we've got Liza P, All Ergo Bosses Glitchless coming up. You're not going to want to miss this. So wait for a few minutes and then meet us back here. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. My name is Cutie, and we're going to jump right into the next run, which is going to be Liza P, All Ergo Bosses Glitchless, with our man Colonel Fats over here, and his commentator, Mitriz. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. I don't know if you had a chance to catch that Super Metroid run, but a hell of a run there, so I'm having a great day so far.
Heck yeah. I did catch some of it, but I was also trying to practice a little. You know, it's perilous paths, not easy paths.
Fair enough. Well, let's go ahead and introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect to see, a little bit about Liza P, this category in particular. I know you just record on it like a day ago, so give us a little intro and then we'll get started.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you didn't catch us at AGDQ in Pittsburgh, me and Mitriz did the run there, and it has actually changed quite a bit, sort of. There's been new tech not really discovered, but speedrunners finally found it, where the hitless community was using the grapple ability to skip certain areas. So I was like, ooh, let me try that. So yeah, it actually is faster. Anything you wanted to add, Mitch, before I hit new game?
We'll go through it as we get there as well. But yeah, we thought it was slower because it was like, oh, those hitless runners taking the time to grab extra materials and upgrade their stuff. Oh, they're so silly. They're so slow. And yeah, it turns out just the skips you can do with it are faster than the time it takes to upgrade. But also I'm Mitriz, former world record holder of this category, but I haven't done it in quite a while. So I'm going to be surprised with what Fats shows as well. So should be very cool to see.
All right. So without further ado, I'm going to click new game. And then once I skip this cutscene, I'm going to give a 5-second countdown and we will go. Who likes trains?
Ooh, I love trains.
I hate this train, to be completely honest. It's so hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, have fun.
Right.
Thank you.
We've already got some movement tech here because you start out the game and all you can do is walk super slow. So it's faster to either swing your weapon or punch with the left arm of steel. And so he's basically just like going back and forth between those with the stamina that he has to try to get through here a little bit faster.
Yeah, it is.
Also on equipping stuff.
True. You got to take off the armor because it's going to force us to equip the rapier once we pick our class. You normally didn't ever started with this glaive weapon, but free DLC with, what was it? Wolong something? Yeah, I can never.
Dynasty.
Yeah, I never played the game, so I don't know.
Wukong Wolong. Very different game.
Very different. We are not the monkey in that game. At least I don't think. I actually have no idea about that game. I just know they got the umbrella and we got the sick glaive. So, like Timmy had mentioned, we dominated. We won the outcome, I feel.
Yeah, we definitely won that trade for sure. Because we got the new best weapon in the game. Spoilers, we're going to be using the newly as of, I don't know, a year ago.
Yeah, it's been in there. It feels
There's
like
still
it.
people that don't know though that it was added because they beat it before it was added and never went back. But yeah, it's a super fun weapon and super powerful for speedruns. Any glitchless run where we don't need to down patch, you absolutely use it. It's so good, which he's going to show off right here because it hits hard. That's
better than the
so
dinky little rapier, but actually our fist does a lot of work, especially early game.
The fist is really good. The only problem is it can't really be upgraded that easily, so it falls off later. But in the early game, the fist is definitely quite nice. Got that first kill on the elite, no problem at all.
One of the few things in this run that is truly scripted. The bosses we don't have, so the glaive's main thing is we're gonna parry everything. So bosses never, I don't know if it's like, we just can't manip them into specific attacks all the time. So it's kind of like react and parry. Whereas that guy is just, we go beat him up before he can even attack us. That's the gist.
Yes. He's not even like a real boss, so he just gets staggered super easily. He's kind of just like a tough enemy that happens to be holding the key.
I'll be honest. He was probably my first death when I first played this.
Oh, I probably died before him when I first played this. But
possibly. The mechanics are so good, but they're a little odd at first. I don't know. Like, I played Sekiro, and Sekiro's like spam the attack and then react to parry. In this game, you can't really cancel your attacks as fast as you can in Sekiro, so you kind of just have to like wait, block it, and hit them.
Mostly I think it's the difference of the stamina for sure as well that forces you to like slow down a bit in this game compared to like Sekiro, because if you just keep attacking, you're just going to be out of stamina. You can't really do anything.
True. All right, so we're going to do our first little merchant. We're going to sell our rapier. That is the only other weapon we will have in the run. So it's gone. Goodbye.
Yep. Yeah, during all the running sections, you do unequip your weapon because the lighter you are, the faster you run. There's actually a move speed difference, but here we're going to get into the first actual like boss that counts as a boss with a boss health bar. And it should be fairly scripted. He's got a few moves he can do, but they all work out the same. You just counter them with that nice Fable parry. You can see that blue special attack that he can do. Nice, and so he gets a big counter here that gets a stagger, takes the riposte, and almost has the kill, and should get it right after this. One more attack, boom. All right, one cycle, didn't even see second phase.
Nope. That is honestly our plan with a lot of the bosses. We do not want to see second phase. If you played this game casually, it's kind of like how the bosses go when at least I was playing it. It's like, oh, I got first phase down perfect. I could do it so easily, and then insta-die to phase 2, and it's like, all right. All right, game. So,
and then you got to get back there again, and you got to go all the way back through phase 1 again.
Yeah.
Oh, first instance of our new door skip tech here.
Yes. It actually saves like 3 to 4 seconds. It's wild. He does. Yeah. So essentially, it's certain like cutscenes and animations. We can cancel them by going into our inventory while we don't have a weapon equipped and trying to use our grinder. And doing so has saved a ton of time over recent months.
Yeah, basically lets you skip animations where normally the puppet, not Pinocchio, but he doesn't have a name. We don't know what his name is.
It's P,
I guess.
His name is P.
I guess it is. But where P is kind of stuck in an animation, you can cancel those animations. But luckily in Lies of P, as soon as you start an animation, the, game will have progressed. So like you can start opening a door, cancel the door opening animation, and the door will keep opening on its own, and then you can keep running around or doing menuing or, whatever it is you want to do. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for doors like this one because it's like a full-on cutscene that happens.
Yeah, some of the doors with cutscenes we can do it on, but one of them, like, it's so close, but you just barely can't do it. But you could actually almost do it on Luxasia's cutscene.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It's really, really close, but I tried. I could do it. And that was when I had the re-was. Yeah, so this is going to be running through Krot. And fun thing I learned at GDQ was there's actually speedrunning names for tech that goes across games, like Coyote Time. What's that? When you get off the ledge, you get a little floaty and you do the heel, and that's how I describe things, and that's why nobody understands what I'm talking about. But that's why I got Mitch to explain stuff.
Yeah, that is an interesting little tech there. On most ledges, we will start to use a heal, which basically is just transitioning yourself into the animation of using the heal, where you're still walking at almost full sprint speed during that, and then you start falling, which cancels the actual heal part, and it just gets you a little bit further off of the ledge. So basically, instead of walking off a ledge and falling straight down, we're kind of keeping a bit of our momentum off the ledge and going a little bit further. Saves, I don't know, a fraction of a second per ledge.
True, which adds up. I feel like from a bunch of games, you'll just know, like, you know, Link and Zelda, he's just rolling all the time. It's like, because it's faster, you know? We're going to do this little Healy up the ledge. And it does have actually, like, a couple of spots where it really helps. And another main thing is we start getting our stamina back faster. So it just ends up being faster in the running sections. But now we're going to do the first trick, not glitch of the run.
Definitely non-glitch.
It is the donkey jump. My chat has been calling it the dump.
Quite a name, quite a name.
And there we go. Easy.
Nice.
See,
Easy
I've
first
learned
try.
with that trick is if I hesitate, I will fail. So I have to go fast. It's just like muscle memory. It's like you got to go.
That one is
see.
trickier than it might have looked. It's like a very, very thin spot you can land on, and you have to do, again, like a coyote time jump off of the plank in order to get enough distance to land on it.
Yeah, the main thing is jumping at the right time, but also jumping at the right time is what spot on the ledge are you on? So this
For
is
the donkey?
Yeah.
Yep. We're basically
take
going
it
to try
away.
to get as many big combo or big counters as we can. Boom, there's a second one, which staggers him. And he might have to do maybe one more counter here, although he should be able to do just a light
I
counter.
knew he was going to do that.
Yep,
I was
yep.
going to bonk. I was
That's
like,
okay.
maybe if I back up a little bit, I won't bonk. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
so
Donkey
we can-
actually got patched in an early patch to make him a lot easier. In the very early version of the game,
yeah.
his attacks came out so quickly. They were really hard to react to, but now they're not so bad.
That's right. I was actually going to say, like, I remember you were bringing stuff up, and I was like, oh, yeah, people would, like, show up and be like, oh, yeah, you probably beat King of Puppets after he was nerfed, you know? It's like, oh, whatever, man. I didn't have the game yet. But yeah,
You
they
can
actually
always
did.
down patch and run those glitched categories.
They were
and, zip all over the
It
place.
looks
on the,
so
on the oldest
difficult.
patch.
All right, so let's see
Yeah.
if I can get this Murphy skip. This is honestly the hardest thing in the run that people actually do. Let me see if I can get it. Hey, we got it!
Nice.
GDQ Redemption. So it skips the cutscene of Murphy, and boom, here we go. All
All right, so again, counters. So he's got very, very long combo strings. So he's basically going to try to like perfect guard every part of the combo string. And then at the end of the combo, try to get a good counter. Nice. There's one stagger already. He's going to do as many charged attacks as he can in order to basically refill the Fable. Charge attacks refill a lot of Fable. You can see he did a charge attack there. It recovered like a quarter of the Fable bar by itself. So here, he's got to dodge the grab. That's probably the scariest move. But from here, it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. There is some lightning on the ground that he does have to dodge as well after some of Scrapped Watchman's attacks, but he's doing a great job of that so far. Doing great. All right, this heavy counter should pretty much
I
do
should
it.
have heavy counter. Oh, wait. Yeah, for some reason, I thought he was going to get knocked out of it. All right, there we go.
Oh, no, you're good. You got it. Very nice fight.
Woo. Okay, we got the skip too. Honestly, I like that. There we go. By the way, I do have the chat up. Hello, everyone. Hi, Renee, Roger. Let's do this. Renee gets the credit for naming half of the characters in the run. Ooh, we should name this guy. We should name this guy. I love it.
You say he's on leave?
It is fun to name the characters. I'm excited to hear what some of your names are.
I told Mitch, I was like, we started naming more of the characters. He's like, oh, what did you name some? I'm like, oh, Jessica.
What did you name
He's like, oh, that's fine. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, but we're going to do some upgrading.
Always, speaking, my friend.
Always fun to upgrade your P organ.
Remember, be careful. Be wary.
It's what it's called, chat. All right.
You can get.
What do I get there? Attack. I just know the positions. I always forget. Like, I should try to remember what the upgrades are. The first three are just so fast. It's just like, yeah.
It's Fable Attack, Fatal Attack, and then I think I usually went for the increased Ergo, but I think you might have routed it out.
No, I was messing with that, but that's too inconsistent.
Okay. So we are going for the increased ergo then.
Yeah, it is the increased ergo. Yeah, I think theoretically you could be faster with that, but it's not worth it. It's one of those, hopefully he does the 1 attack out of 5 and does it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put on some armor here just because we can. Buoko, the next boss, does do some damage, and I did actually lab it. Like, it's true, like, if you are light load, like, if you go into the inventory and look at our equipment and it says light, that is the fastest we can be. If you go, like, lighter, like, it doesn't matter if you, like, have less stuff. As long as the thing says light, you're fastest. But you can't go any faster than that. At least I don't. I've tried timing it, and I'm like, maybe a millisecond. I don't know.
Nah, I timed it as well. I'm pretty confident. It's only in the tiers: light, medium, slightly heavy, very heavy.
Is there a very heavy? I think it just.
I'm pretty sure there's a very heavy, which is basically overloaded, which is like you can't really move. you're kind of just crawling along. It's like the train station slow.
Oh no.
Yeah.
See, that's funny because, like, I remember from the wrench days. So the nice thing about the glaive is they just give it to our inventory, like, right away. It's like, here you go. So you can equip it right when you get up from the chair. Normally, like, when we were doing wrench route, all you could do was punch 5 times. And then it was like, it was called like the walk of shame through the train, basically. It's like, oh, I failed to run. Also, this is the worst butterfly RNG I've ever seen in my life. Sir!
He did not let you go.
I probably would have been so mad if I was on pace, I would have just reset right there. It's like, are you serious, butterfly? Wow. Yeah, so on this run, Chitoro is
ergo.
Yeah, that one's just might as well grab it, ergo. It is a big one, but we have to wait for the ball anyway. So it's just like...
basically just as many levels as we can get is going to be a little faster than not having levels, especially early. By late in the game, you kind of just ignore all the ergo, but early in the game, you grab some.
Yeah, actually, like, levels are very important, but the other huge use of the ergo is... items. We buy a lot of Fable Catalysts throughout this run. You know what?
Yeah, luckily the bosses give a lot of ergo, so you don't have to worry too much about getting enough for the items.
No, some of the spots can be tight if you're doing world record strats, and it's like, yeah. All right, so Fireman is coming up. So there's actually a new strat for this boss, Midge.
Ooh,
if we get the right
excited.
attack, if we get the right attack or one of 2 attacks in the certain spot, we can actually defeat him without spinning, which will allow us to obliterate a tone. The next boss.
Okay.
But it all depends on what he gives us towards the end. This is a good starter.
Okay, yeah. So
we're going to do
good.
this.
Good heavy
we're going to stun him with this. And we're going to get another heavy. And now hopefully he does the spin. Nope, he's a rude
Not quite.
individual. So now we have to spin on him. Sad. It's complete RNG. But it is what it is. So we'll just do this.
Once again, just skipping the second phase, though. Boom.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. Basically set that one up by making sure that he is about to stagger as he's about to go into phase 2. And then you just stagger him right before he goes into phase 2. And then just keep hitting him while he's staggered until he's dead without ever getting that phase transition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what I ended up discovering is on that kind of pattern, essentially, he has certain attacks where he's guaranteed to do two attacks. And if he does one of those 2 patterns, we can guarantee more damage, which will allow us to kill him without spinning. Fortunately, RNG wasn't on our side. So that just means we're going to fight a tone slower and more honest, which I don't want to. Because the spin strat on a tone just, it's real nice. Because this boss has so much RNG, we're going to fight her up on a platform, and I can bonk the wall if she gives me weird attacks or jumps back too far. And we have to parry. We're going to parry light her twice, and then we're going to parry heavier. And if she decides to do the one attack we can't parry heavy as the third one, then we have to do another one, and it's just slow, and it's just... This boss, I do not like. I miss backstabbing her 5 times.
Yeah. Backstabbing was... Honestly, though, I kind of like the countering her better than backstabbing, personally.
I just enjoyed it because I was bad at the game back then, so I was just like, I can loop her. This is fun.
Yep,
Okay.
But starting with the backstab is somewhat new to get a slightly more consistent opener, but it does put us right up here where we can easily
jump
bonk
off.
the walls.
You fool! See, this is time.
Or she can fall off. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
She
Good
is
attack.
a little slow today. And she didn't get knocked out. All right, she's done. Yay.
That's it. Oh, one more hit. One more. Oh,
miss.
God actually hit her.
Please, we're in a marathon.
There
We're trying
we
to
go.
go fast. Oh my.
There we go.
What
All
up,
right.
Lana?
So
Yo.
a question in chat about what stats we prioritize. And so for the speedrun, we basically prioritize primarily the damage stat, which for this weapon that we're using is technique. We're actually going to use a crank to make our weapon only scale with technique, rather than scaling a bit with both technique and motivity, which is basically the dex stat. We use the dex stat. But then we also have a bit of capacity so that we can equip all of our amulets, I believe is what they're called, that have super powerful effects without getting like
Anyone in chat want to pick?
massively over heavy. Ooh.
First one I see.
And then we also get a little bit of health.
Anyway, next stop.
See a donkey.
Donkey it is. The GDQ run. You know what? We're going to be a classy donkey, though. Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at that.
I do love that outfit.
Pleasure, friends.
Beautiful, right?
Rest of your journey.
You would let your daughter take you to prom, right? Oh.
Oh, I really am good at this.
Oh, that's funny.
When in doubt, let Gemini be your guide.
I do have the masks, but I was on such a bad pace that I did this. I was like, you know what? I'll just wear the mask for the run. And I got all the way through the climb, and I'm like, I'm taking this. Fan favorite
Yeah,
NPC.
I never wear any different masks because I need to just be like comfortable in the visual cues of what I'm seeing on screen. I get thrown off with different costumes.
Right. Also, this is our fan favorite, Greg. Hi, Greg. How are you? We're on the hotfix. I hope you're behaving. Good luck. The One Piece is not here. You'll keep trying. But yes, there is a boy, Greg.
Tiny little skip here.
Parkour. Yes.
It just saves literally walking slightly around the bridge section, but it is
That
faster.
is time save.
It's time save.
It's like as I go, like what kept me going in speedrunning was the shiny numbers. It's like, oh, golden. Nice. What if I did
You
it
love
faster?
golds.
Yes.
Even if you're on a bad run, you get a gold and you're like, ooh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't like override the gold with red. It's just gold.
Yep.
Shout out to Live Split Software. Whoever made that is amazing. All right, so this is a very rude bridge. I always have like not nice things to say about the bridge, so I just like, yeah, I don't like it. So it's really all about dodging antlers. And we got past him. Okay. Woo. We kind of cheer for the
Nice.
puppets. So like, it's kind of cool where the bridge is like monsters versus puppets, and it's completely different who wins each time. I mean, the monsters win in the end every time, except in my PB from yesterday, a puppet survived and he was like running towards me with his like hand up, like, I did it. I'm gonna take this because I don't know. I'm just going to.
Yep, good safety, yeah.
Just because I want to get this trick. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't have a good like safety save anywhere around here. It's just like, oh, you stopped on the bridge. It's horrible. So,
Yep.
yeah, this part is not the greatest, especially when you're first learning.
Yeah, I would definitely say this section, this whole like rafters section where you have to like get around enemies and like thin little railings and stuff, yeah, is even casually, it's one of the toughest navigations in the game.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
These enemies hit pretty hard too. These ones are just annoying to fight. Now listen, you wouldn't throw stomach acid at a donkey. That's messed up. Every time.
She definitely would.
She would. So would Jess. Ah, there's more of them. All right, so see if we can get this. Coyote time, wrap around the pillar trick. See
That
again.
one's really tough. That one's really tough. You have to time it so well.
Yeah, it is. Really, a lot of the tricks are they're really weird and scary because like coyote time is like you're running where there's no more ledge, but you have to time your attack later than you think most of the time. That's how like I think about it when I practice it and try and like get it. I'm just like it's later than you think. It's like gotcha.
All right, we are low on health, but that should be fine because we should have a perfectly scripted kill on this little mini boss elite enemy thing. You have to make sure to hit it from the back, otherwise you will not get enough stagger. So you just do the full combo here, gets the stagger, take the riposte.
Boom! There we go. Now this is the cool part where Mitch doesn't know what we're doing next. Ha
Oh, uh-oh.
Yes, this is where the routing now has changed. Because we are going to become Spider Puppet. I don't know.
It's this early. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of get it, use it immediately for a cool trick, and then we don't use it for a good while.
Yeah, so he's gonna upgrade the puppet string Legion arm. That's the left arm that he has. Earlier we were punching with it. Now it's got like a scorpion get over here. You can pull enemies to you. But if you upgrade it, you can instead Spider-Man. Instead of scorpion, it's Spider-Man, I guess.
Yeah, you pull yourself to the enemy, not pull the enemy to you. And
yeah,
I think you can think about how that could be useful. So we actually found this is the fastest and best one to get. So we just get it and teleport to the hotel. So then now at this hotel section, we're going to do an extra little upgrade and hopefully we can get what's now known as Jessica Skip. Give him the box.
Apparently it's known as Jessica. These are the names I'm learning.
Yes, you guys are learning with Mitch today.
Welcome.
Okay, so we're going to get the quartz like we normally. We're basically doing everything the same. We're going to upgrade our weapon to +2, and then we're going to use the handle that I grabbed right before Fuoco to technique scale our weapon. And then we're going to, instead of talking to him right away, we're going to go over here and upgrade to Trace. Then we're going to talk to him. He probably got like so excited to talk to me, and then he was like, what? Oh.
We talk to him eventually.
That's true. He just doesn't seem like a patient man, you know?
He waits in the hotel all day. He has to have some patience.
I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he just knows when I'm teleporting back. Video game logic. All right, so here is going to be the Jessica Skip. It's because we decided to name the character we're going to grapple to Jessica, and yeah, that's how naming stuff. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna look up here, go over here, and get over here, me.
Oh,
and there we go.
Nice. That skips a lot of walking
like
around in that section.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
10 to 12.
And that's only the first time using it, so that's pretty nice.
So like, I was timing it, and it's like, is this useful? And it took like 20 to 22 seconds to get the Legion Caliber. And maybe like 3 more seconds in the hotel. But as you'll find out later, we'll have some really nice action, and I'm sending it on Bishop. So just like Murphy skip, we can do the animation cancel there to skip his cutscene. And here we go, Bishop.
Yeah, the first phase you pretty much are just fighting him, but should be pretty fast. That's not your best attack to see.
No,
but
that was like the
some great
worst
counters.
opener possible.
Yeah, I was downplaying it a little. Yeah, that was definitely not what you want.
Andy said it. What are you doing? We're fighting.
Okay, you're fine. Still.
You know, if this was a run,
One more
I'd
hit.
be
Okay,
real upset.
it's
fine.
not too
So
bad.
one,
It's a few seconds
two,
lost. That's okay.
3, 1.
Throw the
2,
throwables while he gets
3.
closer. Big counter.
Boom.
Boom, get the stagger. Spin on him.
He's gonna live, but now he's not. Yay!
Nice, beautiful kill, beautiful.
Dude, that was one of those like only in a marathon. Like I fought this guy a bajillion times. I've never seen that sequence.
I've definitely seen that before, but it's definitely not what you want.
No, that wasn't a good one. So fun fact, if you play this game casually, you'll actually meet Alidoro probably well before then. But we're just kind of straight lining the game. So he shows up there, and he is the boss soul guy. Trader? Essentially, every Bane boss drops a boss soul, and you can either get a weapon or an amulet. And we actually get multiple boss amulets because they're really good. But we already got the weapon, so why would we make a weapon?
That's true. We've got our best weapon. Yeah. So the boss amulets tend to be very, very heavy. So we have to continually like equip them for boss fights, unequip them as we're running, equip them for boss fights, unequip them as we're running. But they have some of the most unique effects. Oh, it's that same time.
I feel like it does. I don't think it loses time, but I've been trying to really lab out like the perfect, like if you get the perfect distance, it should save time. I don't know. It's also really fun. So there's
this is where we just turn it into you never run in the entire run. You're just like grabbing from one enemy to the next.
Right?
Swinging between them.
We're swinging between enemies, not buildings. It only really, like from what I've just theorized, like I still haven't truly labbed it. I just know the skips are worth it, so it's fine. But there are certain spots where you can cut corners with enemies, like the rafters in Grand Exhibition. You can zoop on over to one of the grenade throwy guys to cut the corner. It's a little sketchy though, so because sometimes he spins and he just dodges. It's like, sir, you are a stationary puppet, yet you dodged. So I recommend doing that casually, just not fighting that guy. Because you don't have to. So yeah, we're just gonna calculated fall damage to get to the bottom faster. And this one is not a safety gazer. We actually have to take it. So even if we somehow had a really weird bishop and we had perfect amount of Fable, we will always have to sit here because we need 3 throwing cells and we used 3 on bishop and we can only carry 5. Also, fan favorite, unless you know you're a Greg fan, is Lady with a Jar. What up, girl? How you doing? Pop her Fable next to, our homie.
Just saying a little hi as we run by.
Yeah. I always like to tell her like she's in the wrong place and we're gonna go take out her employer because they're evil. So we're helping her.
She didn't ask us to, and surely it'll make your life better.
Also, everybody loves this bro's voice and voice acting. It's funny, whenever I've been rating a lot of different Lives of P streamers, whenever someone's there, they always quote it. They're like, nasty puppet.
Yeah, I think that's the eccentric of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. He's a fun one.
I only know them by their weapon. Or their elements. Oh, is that the electric guy or the fire?
The electric guy. Yeah.
And then it was funny. Someone actually called him, I think it's Renee calls him Buckethead. Because he just has a bucket on his head. So I'm like, that makes sense. I can't argue with that.
This boss coming up is tricky because there can be multiple of them down at the same time. We're going to try to kill the only one that you actually have to kill as fast as possible before the others can come down. But there's like 1 or 2 spots where they could get in the way. So we're going to really hope that does not happen here.
Yeah, they are very RNG.
Throwing those cells gets him set on electricity. I was going to say fire, but it's electricity. And then send it. Nice. Got the stagger. Just have to get the riposte. Okay. There you go.
I love how fast this fight is because even the legendary Yap Machine Mitch can't keep up. It's like, oh, I got it. He's dead. Sorry.
Yeah, you just do it. Yep. You just get a couple of hits, a couple of counters, and send it and pray, and it works.
Yes. Praying is a huge part of the strat, guys.
Yes.
I've actually been working on a bunch of boss guides on my YouTube, and it's become really funny. Like, as I'm getting further, I'm like, oh my gosh, he has 100 different attacks. So it's like, how do I describe this strategy? Well, if he does this, we have to do this. But if he does this, you might want to do this. It's just like, feel it. That's kind of what the strat is. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the strat for a lot of the bosses is like know everything that the boss can do and know how to counter everything that the boss can do. It's a classic speedrun strat of just like know all of the possible options.
Pretty much.
If it sounds hard, it's because it is. It takes a lot of practice, takes a lot of learning and going through it till you get there. But you know, it's fun, and
I find it fun.
Yeah. In the end, you can get pretty darn consistent at almost every boss in the run. Can end up pretty consistent as long as you really know how to deal with them.
We are doing our final P organ upgrade. I just did that purposely just a little slow to not mess up because, yeah, one wrong upgrade and
things would
wrong.
be strange.
None of the damage would make sense. Like, it already has damage rolls, but it'd be even worse.
Yeah. This game does literally roll the damage that you get, as in, like, it can do slightly more damage or slightly less damage on every hit. So you could have it where, he should die in 10 hits, but you hit him 9 times and he's dead, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Or you hit him 10 times, he's still not dead, and you have to hit him an 11th time.
He does a move
because
you've never seen before.
Yeah. Just because the attacks can just do more or less damage. It's a very strange mechanic in a Souls-like. I think it's the only one I know of that.
And I will say, huge emphasis on the word slightly, because I feel like it's not. I think it's like, it's actually, the range is absurd. Like, especially like early game when I was testing it, like with a non-upgraded glaive, like you could literally high roll 100 more than you could low roll. And it's like, that's so much damage, especially early.
It oftentimes will average out. One hit will be high and then the next hit will be low, but it's not like that's guaranteed. So it definitely, there are a few strats where either we take some safety of like, we make sure we can hit him an extra time just in case, or if you're on world record pace, it might be just send it and hope that it works. And if he lives at 1 health, then oops, there goes the run.
Yep. Send it and pray is common in these runs.
Yep.
It's like, I don't know, like I feel like the run there is a lot of RNG. Like once you really start getting your times down, you'll notice, oh, I got clearly the bad attack because I lost like 4 seconds, you know? Also, neat little skip there. Normally you have to wait for it to explode, but yeah, you can just skip the explosion altogether. I've been saving a lot of time on White Lady.
But you have to wait.
That's a couple seconds, which, you know, important. So we're going to talk to her, fire up, put on our 2 amulets, and then lock on. Sorry, I have to focus on that because I've lost runs to not menuing correctly there. Like, I feel like I'm the champion.
And then you just kind of stun lock her into the... It's funny, a lot of the like NPC bosses, you can just hit over and over again and they'll kind of just flinch on every hit. So it's a very, very nice quick kill there on White Lady.
I will say it is because we're block canceling. It's actually very important for us to be block canceling those attacks because the first hit of the Glaive's Light combo has huge stagger numbers for some reason. But the second doesn't. So if we accidentally miss a block cancel, she'll probably poke us. And that's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's basically because with the glaive, its first hit is just like a single like slap like you've been seeing. But then the second hit, you have to like do a full 360 spin to like hit twice. And so it's a lot worse generally. So that's why we really, really need to get those block cancels.
You guys ready for Spider-Man
block
tech?
And it resets you to 1. I
Spider-Man.
did like that.
No, right here.
One. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Oh, beautiful.
Woo, sir. He tried to shoot me. Yeah, you really have to roll into him after that, as he will shoot you. He's not happy about getting grappled, too. But it's fine. It didn't
Why
even
he'd
do
be
that
so
much.
unhappy with it?
Yeah, I mean,
Seems fun.
geez. Just giving him a little, saying hello aggressively. This cloud is funny. If you want to run past, I almost recommend doing this casually. It's because there's a stargazer right there, and if you're fast enough, you can. But if you perfectly just run up the left side of those stairs, you should be gold. He will not hit you.
Yeah, definitely would recommend that casually to always just run past him, grab the stargazer, and fight him from past him, like going backwards, because you will not have to deal with all the other enemies in the area.
Yeah, so rude.
Ooh,
That is okay. I hesitated going for it because I realized, oh yeah, I'm gonna do +3. Gonna be safe. So, and just like that, we are over the ledge.
nice, nice. Yeah, that's another one of those tough, like coyote time attacks that you have to do. It's a little easier than the one in the cathedral, but still pretty tricky.
Yeah, that one's like the easiest one of them. So yeah, king time. So hopefully, basically our main problem is phase 1 with this guy, but as long as I do everything right, we should be fine. I will let Mitch try and handle it, but I'm just kind of going to focus.
Yep. So he starts by trying to get his aggro with the puppet string. Didn't quite work, so he's going to try again. Okay, that worked. Just try to stop him from stalling. We've buffed up with the electricity because puppets are very weak to electricity. Nice heavy counter there. That's basically the goal. Oh, but here comes the super counter on his phase transition move. Oh. Nice, the triple counter.
That is so
got into the
satisfying
second
to do.
phase. That's good so far. He needs to re-Fable Catalyst to have enough for the second phase. Starts with a heavy counter into a charged attack, into the big spin, which is going to stagger him again, into another charged attack, which gives the full stagger, another charged attack, take the riposte, and he should be able to finish him off here with just a running R2 and another charged attack, but
Awesome.
okay, good. Whew, he didn't live.
Yeah,
Sometimes he lives that.
sometimes he lives and you gotta like parry him, and he can actually do some scary stuff at the end there. But that was pretty clean.
I'm so now that it's to the man of
I will find it funny. So out of the runners who are still going, I know Blade parries the Fury Swipes attack. It's definitely faster, but his is so much different than mine. It starts closer, parries backwards twice, and it's funny.
What's going
So
on?
it's a fun boss though. Everyone likes Romeo.
If they're king dead, they
Yeah, that the parries, the counters on the phase transition that King of Puppets has, I have not tried that yet, but it looks really tough there. Like the timing of it, the having to go in specific directions, that looks so cool.
You have to go forward on the first one, and you have to be earlier than you think. Like, and then you have to do tap parries, so you backstep. Also, I did lose an insane pace to these dogs earlier this week, so thankfully only one of them was rude. But yeah, if they
the
both
dogs
time
can
their
definitely just fully block you and just hit you and kill you with like nothing you can do. But
usually
luckily that
you
did
can
not
roll,
happen.
but it's like when your iframes basically perfectly run out from the door animation and they're hitting you at the same time. It just drops your health from full to 0. It's like, why? So we got to pick up this key, and then we're going to teleport back to the gazer. That's going to not only just save us time from running back and dodging that guy, but it also refills our items. Every time we sit or stop, we can fill up our consumables. And the parry really relies on Fable. So we kind of need to manage that a lot. Sorry,
that's kind of the whole. No worries. That's kind of the whole point of this run is managing Fable, because our most powerful attacks are those Fable attacks. You'll see that here. Okay, he's got to get one heavy counter. Nice. And now he can basically just do a spin, and it should finish him off. Nice. Very good.
There we go.
Yes. You need enough Fable to do both of those. A heavy counter takes 1 Fable, and the spin takes 3. So we needed to be basically maxed out all the way at 4 Fable starting that fight. And so that's why we needed our resources.
But then,
back.
like later on and stuff, there's weird moments where it's like if we start the fight with like 3 charged heavies, like the next mini boss, it's like we don't actually need as much because those charged heavies are almost going to give us an entire bar. So it's a lot of weird management like that. And if you can not sit at a Stargazer, immediate 5 to 8 second time save. So that's kind of what the run is.
Stargazers take a really long time to activate in this.
And if anyone's confused, the Stargazers are the bonfires. Oh, that's what those
It's one of the
things
only
are.
games that I remember to call them Stargazers, because they're like so disconnected from bonfires in my mind, because they're like
as an Elden Ringer, do you call Grace bonfires, or do you call them Grace?
Sometimes I do. I've actually gotten pretty good at Graces in Elden Ring, to the point where now I call it Graces in other games. Sometimes I'm like, nope, that's not right.
Oh, you've switched from bonfire to calling.
I've switched,
oh my goodness.
Sometimes.
You're in Sekiro and you're like, gotta stop at the Grace. I mean, no,
the idol. It's the idol.
It's an idol in this one. And you're gonna start bouncing the campfire. Oh my goodness. This boss is actually casually really, really hard, but our script for him is so simple. Charge heavy, charge heavy, charge heavy, spin, charge heavy. I did it.
Yep, charge. Yep, heavy.
Yep. Or in what we were doing at GDQ, stuff into spin into stuff.
Stuff into spin into stuff. The classic.
Yeah. But I will say that boss casually is very difficult. I forget what the status is called. He does hit himself, but I just never read it.
Break.
And I think that's the one that makes it so your heals basically don't do anything. Oh, that's what
Yeah, so you get hit by him, and then you're at low health, and you're like, I need to heal. But you can't really heal because you've got break on you, so you have to run away and wait for it to expire before you can finally heal to engage him again. And then you just get hit one more time, and you're like, well, we're doing this again. I'm running away again.
Same old song and dance. Yeah, he's also just incredibly brutal fight, to be honest, too. Like, he's got really weird attacks and fast combos, and what I do know is if you wait long enough, the cages open and then the monsters can help you.
Yeah.
Nice casual strat.
I definitely do that anytime I mess up the speedrun strat. I just wait for the monsters. It's really slow, but I'm like, I'm not fighting this guy. I don't know his attacks.
So difficult. Well, one of the things that I ran into an issue with is whenever he does his red attack, for some reason, if you try to use the glaive parry and parry forward, he'll just miss. It's like, what? No.
Yeah. That is an interesting thing. The glaive counter, the deflect counter, I think is what it's officially called.
I think,
or counter deflect, one of the two, is directional. So if you press it without doing any other things, it's both a back step and it's like a counter. It's like a perfect guard type of a thing. Mm-hmm. So you generally in speedruns will hold forward because we don't want to get away from the bosses, right? If you go away, you might be out of range, they might miss you. Right. So we generally hold forward, but for some bosses, going forward will make their attack miss because they just don't have a hitbox close enough to them.
Hit over you, yeah.
Yeah. So for some bosses, you have to go backwards. Some bosses, you have to go sideways. Sometimes we'll specifically like try to maneuver around the boss. You'll see that with Victor coming up, where you try to maneuver around the boss with your counter so that you can hit them from behind. And the point of that is that you can change the follow-up attacks that they're going to do. So Victor will give us nicer follow-ups if we're behind him than if we were in front of him.
Correct. One of the few bosses you can actually kind of manipulate like that.
Wow, I haven't.
Because most of
Victor's
them
a
you
very
try
fun
and
one.
they don't.
But I will found that.
Yep.
Come on, do the thing. It worked 5 times in practice. Why'd you do something else in the run? Yeah, so normal
It
world
only
record
works 5
strat,
times
we
in a row. That's
actually
how it
no
works, never
longer.
6.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yes. So in the current world record strat, we actually do not upgrade to +3 here or get Fable. But I'm just gonna be a little safe because it's a marathon. +3.
Yeah.
Basically, we end in current world record, we would fight the next like 4 bosses with a +2 weapon instead of a +3. And save enough time at the hotel that doesn't matter. But it's much harder.
And +2 versus +3 doesn't sound like that big of a difference, and it's not like the hugest difference ever, but this is a special weapon where the maximum upgrade is only +5. So 2 to 3 is like from upgrade level 2 out of 5 to upgrade level 3 out of 5. It's actually quite a decent difference.
Also, this hallway is the most ridiculous design in a video game. This is 3 grenade throwers with a shield guy. So you try to run through, can't. You try to run up and melee them. They're all throwing stuff at you. It's like, what do I even do? That's how you lab it enough, you're fine.
Yeah, it still gets me sometimes, but Fats has looked at it enough that he has no trouble there.
Yeah, I've said it at GDQ, and I've become a puppet. I've just been playing. I don't know. It's something like what it feels like. I don't know. Can any other speedrunners attest to that? Do you, even though you're not playing Liza P, do you end up feeling like a puppet when you're playing? Or like a robot almost? You're just going through the motions.
If you don't have chat there, I feel like that's exactly what it can become. You are just going through the motions.
Oh,
so you
that's
look
true,
over
yeah.
at chat and then get distracted and then lose the run.
And then
dang it,
miss
I
a
should've been a
frame-perfect
robot.
jump.
Yeah.
I actually have a policy during my streams: no reading chat during hotel segments.
Ooh, yeah. That's
It's
a good
the
policy.
most embarrassing defeat, losing to menuing. It's just, I lost to the pause menu for real. Fun fact, the guns in this universe are kind of bad. They're just really slow projectiles.
They're very slow. They look like they're trying to like slingshot at you or something.
Yeah, so as long as you're kind of not running perfectly in a line away from the gun enemies, you're pretty much just good as long as you keep moving. I'm just gonna get this.
Also lucky that they do not like lead you with their shots. They just try
Closer.
to shoot exactly where you are.
You did that at GDQ too.
Yeah. You want him to say
He
hi.
really wants to be in the light. Okay.
He wants his 5 seconds of fame there.
Who you calling gray? All right. So Victor time. So starts off with like 4 scripted attacks, and then it is not. So, fight time. Very fun boss though.
Yes. So we've got our self buffed up, and there was the getting behind him to make sure that we can get the attack where he tries to like turn around at us.
Really?
Okay, this is a bit of a slow attack. There's not as many punishes in the middle of this one as there would be other combos.
Always
but-
punish his right hand.
Yes.
You're
yes,
looking
punish
for
the
a
right,
tip.
Do not punish the left.
You can't punish the other side. Oh, this is fine.
All right, starting out not too bad. So on second phase of Victor,
why did
when
I
you
choose?
like mini stagger him, he tries to grab you, which you have to dodge around like that. Stay behind him. Nice for the good follow up. Oh, one more hit on Victor. Nice.
Got him. Sorry, I instinctively did that.
IGT strats.
Yeah,
Losing
oops.
time.
It's fine. So, like, because of the splitter stops on loading screens, if you quit out on the last hit of Victor, you get to see it this time. We skipped this dialogue, but it's actually slower in real human time.
Yeah, the loading in this game isn't slow, but it's not fast enough.
It's not
skips,
faster than the long dialogue.
Yeah, it skips a short dialogue and a short cutscene, but then you get a load screen to get out of the game and another load screen to get into the game. So, yeah, generally for real time, you don't try to skip, and for in-game time, you do try to skip.
I have been grinding really, really hard recently, so that was just my fingers moved on their own.
Yep.
I was just like, got him, quit out.
Oh,
No.
You're in the groove. That's a good sign. If you're just that in the groove, then I think we're in for a good rest of the run.
That's true. I have to get my revenge on Nameless. That is the play. Thankfully, the difference point between fighting Nameless and not is pretty far into the run before we have to do anything different.
Yeah. I mean, you could reroute, like, maybe getting some of the more electric blitz stuff early, but, it doesn't
Those
make a
are
big
actually
difference.
really expensive.
This place.
Yeah.
So honestly, even if we die, we'll go back up those stairs. It's not that far. So I don't like taking that gazer. It's kind of
Try to
pointless.
stop it, but
Yeah, not for that one for sure. This is also surprisingly a pretty consistent running section. It feels very scary. There's a lot of things trying to hit you, including exploding dogs. But it actually ends up not too bad for this running section. So it feels like it's maybe worth it to take like the Stargazer at the very end before the boss, but generally not for the running section.
The real threat are those dogs and Gun Tower. Once we get through that, we will feel fine. Also, I have seen runners get booped by that clown. Couldn't be me. Never.
Ever.
Never. But this is the Gun Tower. And it's actually pretty simple. It's all based on this guy. If he combat rolls like he did, we have to roll. But if he doesn't, we can just run, and we're usually just fine. But, you know what? Making me work for it, I see. You always got to be ready.
Yep.
It's one of those things.
Second trip to Alidoro. Lucky for us that he just appears on our way again, so we don't have to go back to the hotel and talk to him.
I always think he's like hitting on me because he's like, "You're a worthy catch." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
I think is it your worthy hunter? I don't know. Or is that just because we skipped the dialogue?
I think it's probably because we skipped the dialogue. I don't know what he says.
So it's you're a
What
worthy
is that?
catch, something, 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 hunter. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. It's like some of them are great.
It works out perfectly when you skip it to be you're a worthy hunter.
Yes. Yes. Some of those dialogue skips are okay. Like when you hit skip them, they start rapping and it's funny. One of my favorite ones is when it's one of the early hotels and you run past Vanini for the first time and he's like, ah. And then we immediately cut him off by talking to Eugenie. So that's just all he does. He just goes, ah. I'm like, ah. You gotta keep the sanity somehow, guys.
It's a little faster to jump over the poison because it slows you a bit. I mean, also, I guess, stops us from getting the poison effect corruption.
Yeah, we used to just run
anyway.
right through there, but we found out it's like, why aren't we jumping through these? Because being in the air is faster than running through there. And it actually works
It's not
out.
even really that being in the air is faster. It's mostly that being in the air lets you recover stamina.
Also
So it's like about the same speed through it, but you get your stamina back instead of losing stamina sprinting through the poison.
I always thought it was funny that Trutor always pointed this out, but he was like, man, they really like that rolling ball gimmick, don't they? There's another.
There's quite a few of them.
This is like the third time, like, what should we do for the swamp? Ooh, I got an idea.
Yeah, there was the factory, rolling ball. The cathedral, rolling ball. The swamp, rolling ball.
They finally learned their lesson. I don't think there's any rolling balls in Arch Abbey. They got, they upgraded to, like, ballista turrets.
Yeah. And the like, wall, like, pillars that'll, like, poke out at you and knock you off.
Do the dump. I'm not doing dump 2.0. Okay, so I actually found an insane new trick, but I not practiced it enough. I've only gotten it 3 times a run once, but you can actually just line it up perfectly and run and jump that gap. And it saves like 16 seconds, but it is the most frame perfect hard thing ever.
Did you do it in the new record?
No, I haven't even attempted it in a run yet. So yeah.
Oh, well then.
Free record, anyone?
I'm gonna steal that record from you tomorrow with that. Come on. Not doing a 16-second skip.
It's just one of those, you fall into a pit of puppets when you fail and they kill you.
Yep.
And you really can't lose that much health coming to Swamp Monster. So
That came from the direction.
yeah, and this is like almost an hour into the run, so it's
yeah, that's why like the original donkey jump at first seems really hard, but it's the only like 12 minutes in, not even. Or not, it's even less than that now. But this one is like, yeah, we're on pace. Like there's certain Arch Abbey skips, which is like the last section of the game, that I just don't do. I don't need the 2 seconds, okay? It's fine. Okay, so we're coming up on Swamp Monster. He's the one boss with 2 weaknesses. I'll let Mitch
fun
explain
fact.
it.
Yep. First phase is monster. Carcass, I think, is the official like designation. But so weak to fire. And so we buff our weapon with fire and basically just try to get as many heavy counters as we can. You can see a single heavy counter does like a quarter of its health. So with just 2 of those plus a riposte and a few extra hits, boom, we're already done with phase 1. Now phase 2, we swap to electricity because now it counts as a puppet. Even though it's a monster in a puppet, it's Murphy again. The scrapped watchman from the beginning. It's got kind of the same moveset, but a little bit of like a mix-up on it. So the attacks, instead of having electricity follow-ups, it'll follow up with like poking with the tendrils. So it's cool. Or that one where it adds a backhand. I really like that attack. And as I'm
Pixel.
speaking, he's already got him. Oh, no. He doesn't
What do you mean, bro?
There we go.
That sliver of health. See, so all the attributes do, the status effects do different stuff. Electricity is the only one that does not damage over time.
Right. Instead, it just increases all damage dealt to them, physical or electric, and also increases the stagger that they take, so they're easier to stagger. So some cool effects, but no damage over time.
Nope. So he decided to live on a pixel. What a nice gent. Okay. So now we are back to the train. Well, might as well restart. We're already back. No.
Well, you know, not back in the specific train yet.
But I thought Metroid was the previous one. That's funny. No, we got our own rolly balls. Unfortunately, we don't have that ability.
That would be a cool upgrade we should get.
Yeah, DLC.
I feel like puppets could contort themselves like that.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I feel like any game can do it if Elden Ring did it. Don't they have like an electric goat rolling attack or something? I've seen it.
Yes.
Actually, that was one of the funnier things of the bingo race. Watched in that trying to hit that rolling thing. I'm like, oh, this looks horrible.
Our favorite, the rolling giant lightning ram.
Yeah, so this is another long kind of running section, so there's not too much going on. I know you had mentioned if you wanted to shout out some stuff for Hotfix or anything, now would be a good time.
Yeah, happy to. Since we are in a train section, this is the hardest segue I've ever worked for, but since we're in a train section, you know how you start a hype train in Twitch chat. The reminder that your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and your bits cheered on the GDQ. I hear the laughter in the background.
It's beautiful.
On the GDQ Twitch channel. Help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. So if you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to our emotes, our chat, and be able to chat with other subscribers during our replays. And speaking of previous runs, you can also go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to check out our Season 4 schedule. And that will give you an in-depth schedule breakdown for everything that's going on this week. So yes, Super Metroid was previous, but, you know, balls are in pretty much every game in one form or another.
If you can believe hard enough, they're in every game.
If you can believe hard enough, that segue worked.
Nailed it. What do you mean? It was perfect. Okay. So we are just making our way, but coming up are going to be our final 2 big puppet string tricks.
Ooh,
Mitch is excited because he's like, I don't actually know these ones. So first,
I
we're
have
gonna
one
have
that
to
I
take.
can imagine. I have one that I think I've seen from Hitlist before.
That one is the one that Catslock showed me. That was like, you can do that. So it's in the
Yeah,
destroyed crot section. So yeah, it's really cool. Since I'm gonna have to stop anyway because I kind of got bamboozled with decay, I'm just gonna not do the faster kill on this guy. Well, technically the kill will be faster, but we'll have to stop at a Stargazer, but we have to stop at one anyway. Oh wait, I don't need this one. Oh, guys coming behind me. Okay, so stuff. Tap into
Spin.
spin.
Oh, and no stuff at the end.
Yeah, I was a little slow, so I knew the guy was behind me, so I was like, get away from me. Oh.
I don't sorry. Even if the
Okay, so we're gonna buy up this guy's supply. I'm like debating if I really want to go get the laser. Confidence. So
I think you're fine.
Yeah. I was just more concerned about my heals because sometimes the next mini boss hits me once, but I think I have enough to
Really?
be full health
Okay.
anyway. It's like if I mess up, basically.
Yeah. Oh, just don't mess up, and then it's easy.
Oh, okay, here we go. So instead of, normally what we do is we would go left here and run all the way around. We ain't got time for that. Oh, it might? Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Skip all of that. Spider Fats is here. All right, so yeah, that, and what's also really nice is sometimes that area you'll lose time because you'll just run it unoptimally and then you'll have to wait longer in the corner so you don't get disrupted. That kind of just removes any doubt of ever getting disrupted. I forgot to pop a Fable. I really don't have some. Okay, there we go. There you go. Yeah. Normally I would have Fable there, but I messed up. It's fine. So there is that. Just a little dance. We might as well, because we have to sit anyway. We'll have to sit somewhere, so we might as well. So now this next string trick doesn't necessarily say, it saves time, but it's also kind of the hardest one. So let's see if we can get it. Thankfully, we have the Stargazer right there. Beat him to his gun, because the gun fires slow. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, skips both.
Never
that
got
was weird.
stuck there.
You got stuck on nothing there. You were past him. That was weird.
Magic Pixel probably. Gotta love it.
He was
one of
holding
those
you from the
marathon
back.
things. Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, hang on. I have to give you my sales pitch. What about my timeshare? Okay. So I feel like a lot of the bosses in this sequence are like horrible casually, but the speedrun strat is pretty kind of nice. Especially with
luckily
plus
just
3.
the bosses don't have that much health in this game, so if you just get a couple of good hits in, you can bring them down real quick.
Yeah, our combination of boss amulets works really well with the glaive as well. I keep braining to my +2, so we're gonna acid up or fire up 1 grenade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shot put, 1, shot put, wait a sec so she gets a little closer so we don't even have to move. We can just do a charged heavy. I'm gonna do another charged heavy. Then we're gonna send it. And she should die from this, yeah.
Nice.
So the
Beautiful kill.
fun part is if you're doing the +2 route, it's the exact same fight, except that she won't die on the light at the end, so you have to parry her. And it's really terrifying because you're really far, and she has a deep moveset, and it's really weird. It's really weird. If anyone knows, you know. She's weird.
Yeah, and not every move that she has can be like nicely countered because some of them will combo into the next hit. So sometimes you have to like wait a little bit to get your combo.
My advice is at the end there, if you are gonna parry her on the +2 route, parry to the side. It seems to dodge any of her follow-ups if you parry to the side and do a light. Not 100% because, you know, while the boss labbing in this game can be like, he will never do the attack and then he'll do it in the run, you know? This one's kind of scripted. There's just one little scary part. But we're going to utilize the grenade item twice. Dodge into spin. And he should die from a charge heavy into riposte. Except we missed the riposte, but the guy just whiffed.
The guy just whiffed. Let's go.
What do you mean? He's like, what did you say? I didn't whiff.
Let's get back to the hotel.
Careful not to die to that decay.
Oh, yeah. So the nice thing about decay, if it was fire, we would be in trouble. But decay doesn't do actually that much damage over time.
Yeah,
but it has the added
wearing out first.
Yeah, it has the added effect though of decaying your weapon. You'd have to repair it mid-fight, so that'd be brutal.
Yeah, but with the fight already over, don't have to repair it. We can just move on.
Yeah, every time we stop at a Stargazer, basically come back to the hotel. Actually, no, it did not repair it. I think, yeah, we just have to stop at a Stargazer.
Yeah,
Which we
will? Yeah.
It does
we're
when
gonna
you
level up at the Stargazer.
Yeah.
Oh, give me a sec.
Another use of the
Another door cancel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a little time save there.
I'm sorry, child.
No.
Geppetto has been sorry.
What? Why didn't you stop them?
Yeah.
We're actually kind of like wondering. It's like, how are you all locked in Geppetto's room and Geppetto's gone? But it's like, how did you guys get in there? You lock him out of his own room? That's kind of messed up. So I'm gonna give him.
He was going to the bathroom at the time.
Right? Yeah.
Welcome.
But they got him. So we're going to sell some unnecessary stuff. Oh yeah, so I have an extra one. I did not sell that. Okay. All right, just getting a little focus to make sure I don't. Oh, so yes, we are doing nameless. So we need more.
Yep.
And then we need 2 of these, 1 of these, and I did not need that because we are doing +3, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's good.
All right, I was like
Sold
practicing.
It, right back.
Yeah. You know what? Hang on, I need that. That's a good luck charm. I need that one. Yes. Menuing is literally the final boss of the game, guys. Okay, so you get 16 and 14, and that's all we can get, and that's fine.
Which is already, by the way, an absurdly low amount of health that we are going through this entire run with. We were basically on base health all the way up to now into like pretty much the end game. And even now we've only gotten like early game amounts of health. No longer base amounts of health, but still like, yeah, if you were playing this normally, you would probably have double
your
the
health
amount
bar
of health
would look pretty big, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say we did actually level up we do specifically level up our health once in the run, and it is before Rosa Isabel, because in our phase 2 script for King of Puppets, Romeo, he can hit us during our spin, and if we don't upgrade our health to at least 10, he one-shots us. So there we actually upgrade our health and capacity to 10 each, and then dump the rest into Dex and buy Fable Catalyst.
Yeah, and then now we get a bit more health because Black Rabbit Brotherhood 2 is, again, it's a multi-boss encounter like the first time we fought Black Rabbit Brotherhood, but instead of them slowly coming in throughout the fight and us being able to just burst it down, now they all appear right at the start. So no matter how well you play, it is almost guaranteed you're going to take some random hits from one that you're not looking at. So we just need a bit of extra health just in case.
Okay. Here we go. Don't be the middle one. Please don't be the middle one. Oh. You listen?
Not the middle one.
They're not. I was not expecting that. Maybe I should have asked for the middle one and they wouldn't. Sir,
so there's the dodging in and it doesn't quite counter because the hitbox of the spear is only more at the tip of it.
Oh my gosh.
He also has summoned a Spectre, which is something that you can do against
I would recommend if you're learning
pretty much
to just
every
do
major
it.
boss in the game. Yeah.
I thought I could get the
And we don't usually utilize
yeah.
the Spectres because it makes it a little inconsistent in the fights, but Black Rabbit Brotherhood 2 is already very inconsistent, so what's
Thank
the
you,
harm in a
Spec.
little more inconsistency?
Exactly. Sometimes when it goes well with Spectre, it goes really well with Spectre. But
Yeah.
we're kind of doing the marathon strat of let's actually survive the fight. How about that? See, like right
Surviving
there,
is pretty
Spectre
good.
actually just ruined my attack.
Okay, but now we've only got the big bro left, and he is a little bit slower. He hits very, very hard.
Is he going for
so you need to
Spectre?
be careful.
Oh, he is going for me.
Okay, good counter. Yep.
He just turned on
Oh.
Spectre.
Yep.
Fine.
That is yeah, one of the things that can be inconsistent is even if he's going for the Spectre, some of his hitboxes will hit behind him. So you'd think, oh, I'm safe to hit him from behind, but that's not necessarily the case.
Catch you with the
But yeah,
backswing.
good fight.
Yes. I'd give that a rating of meh. But, you know, we survived the fight.
Meh is good enough for a
Yeah,
marathon.
good enough
We
for a
take
marathon.
meh for sure.
We will take meh. Ugh.
It was a total attack.
Gosh, now that fight is
Brotherhood,
a
the
nightmare,
Fox, the
but
Cat,
we got past
and
it.
now
So,
Loro too. I
hooray!
don't even want to guess
And
what they might be
honestly,
planning,
we
pal.
easily have Fable and Health, so we're just gonna go straight to Door Guardian.
That lever resembles-
Okay.
Yes. It's
I mean, you're going to have to redo a lot of walking if it does not work out right.
True. That is true. But we aren't. Well, yeah, okay, fine. I'll grab this beach. I was just like, oh, I could just teleport there.
But what if you got a new world record right here?
Right
live?
here, right now, that would be insane.
Even though
No
you're not doing the
timer.
strategies that hit world record.
Right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll take the beach gazer.
nice landing.
Because honestly, we're kind of at the point where, like, death
What the?
isn't necessarily like we're doomed. We have to restart the whole run or anything. Because a lot of the problem with, especially the first half of the game, is it's really tight on consumables and abrasives. So we want to, you know, kind of manage all of that. So it's like you lose to a boss, you don't have any more throwables. So it's like, well, shoot.
Yeah. But now in the late game, we've got so much money just because everything gives higher money in the end game. So if we had to go back and buy some more, it would not be the end of the world.
Right. The only thing you usually run out of is abrasives. They are a little expensive, but we should have. We should be fine. Yeah. So coming up is going to be Door Guardian. He is like a gimmicky boss. I don't like him. He basically has
Yeah,
like
a lot of people don't like him.
no. He's one of those, just like the Jester mini boss we were talking about earlier. He has one of the nastiest status effects he can apply during the run.
Probably an even nastier one than Break. He's
Yeah.
got Shock, which makes it so that your stamina regeneration is massively reduced. So you kind of just aren't allowed to do anything for a little while because if you try to keep attacking, you're just going to run out of stamina.
I was just like, I don't even think she gives hair. I don't know what you get from her.
She gives Humanity, the final one, the red one.
Oh, so that's why we just never get it. Got it.
Yeah.
I don't need to actually set. I just needed to light it. Okay. Oh,
Could get it if you really were worried about the Humanity, but
no, we got
set
this.
ones.
Yeah, it's worked every single time. You just
As
need
long
enough
as you don't
humanity.
misclick. Don't spam through the options too fast and misclick the wrong one.
Right, that's really it. Yeah, you're your own worst enemy there. I think it's funny though. So, I mean, I love it. It's noble. There's like a meme category, pet the cat, and Renee's actually been labbing it. And I've learned so much stuff. Like, apparently you can use gestures at statues and they will give you ergo or humanity. I was like, what?
Huh.
Really? I've never heard of that in my
Didn't know
life.
that.
And then she like clipped it and then showed it to me. I was like, whoa. So that's a good opener. Perfect. Okay. Love to see
Nice.
it. Because really, this is one of those, he has like 5 openers and only 2 of them are good. That was one of the good ones.
Yeah, you need to get an attack where you can use your counter on his leg, which, oh, that's a nice move. He just keeps his leg right there where you can hit it, because hitting his leg is the only way to knock him down, and knocking him down to get a riposte deals over half his health right there, as you can see.
Yeah, you basically
So,
just two-shot him.
Yeah, the goal always is to make sure that you are getting those knockdowns into ripostes, and then he goes super quickly.
All right, so we're going to take this safety here. Because if you know from AGDQ, I ran and I was kind of mid-talk while I was doing it, but I spun? I don't know. Spun across the gap. Well, it turns out it's faster and we don't even have to spin. So I'm going to go for it at least once, maybe twice.
This one is a bit of a tough one, kind of like the cathedral.
Yeah!
Okay, he's got it. He's got those coyote times down. You have to do that one like really late, as it looks like your feet have already left the platform. You do the attack, and it will kind of carry your momentum over to the other side. So it's like what we do with the healing, but just a little bit more powerful of a speed boost that can get you a bit further.
Yeah. That one, trick for anyone who's going to try and learn the route, and you're trying that trick. One, spinning is way easier, so I'd recommend doing spinning first. But if you're really dead set on it, the key is not to go, like, because when you do the running light with the glaive, like with the coyote time, you get a little bit of air control, which is why we can wrap around that pillar in the cathedral. So there, you want to hold, you do have to move slightly to the right, but if you do it too early, you will just, like, the wall will stop you. You have to delay really late. Oh, it's tricky. I've been laughing it like crazy because we're like over an hour in, and these are like some of the hardest tricks in the game. Yes.
Oh, there's another one. Let's go.
Yeah. So those 2 tricks are honestly the late game run killers. Especially if you're on pace, like you're like shaking. It's like, oh, please, please, please. But they look really nice when you do them right.
Yeah, and they save a good amount of time. They can both be done with spins as well. It just costs more Fable, so then you have to refill your Fable, and because you have to refill your Fable, you might have to sit at a Stargazer in order to get enough resources to refill your Fable. So, yeah, saves a good bit of time to do them as the running R1s instead.
Yeah, unless you like purposely try to save Fable on either Door Guardian or Bros 2 of all fights, you can actually get from Bros 2 all the way to Laxasia without sitting at all, but it takes some insane RNG, and you have to do both of the running lights, almost guaranteed. If you spin on one of them, you're just not going to have the Fable for Lax, and you don't want to fight her with not enough Fable.
Yeah, no, Laxasia, definitely one where a lot of Fable is a great idea, because she can go very, very fast. Very fast. She's usually like one of the slower bosses, like casually. She has a lot of health, and especially her first phase can take a very long time. Her second phase will just kind of just burst you down. But
I was gonna say the first phase takes a while, and then the second phase kills you in 2 seconds.
Yep. But for the speedruns, you know, her first phase is still probably one of the longest phases in the speedrun, but it doesn't take too long, and then her second phase is just like instant.
Yeah, a lot of the bosses actually work similar to that. It's like the first phase is where all the RNG and almost fighting happens, and then phase 2 is do the script right, and you did it. Or we just skipped phase 2 all together.
Yeah, it's a classic where in order to make it a consistent experience going from phase 1 to phase 2, they'll do transition attacks where they're guaranteed to do something as soon as they start phase 2. But as speedrunners, that just means for us, oh, I know exactly what they're going to do, and I can set up in the perfect position with the perfect attacks to finish them off as quickly as possible.
Right, and as you could think, our whole thing in this run is completely based off of what attacks the boss give us, because we are trying to parry them. Like the worst, like I've described before, is when like, all right, I'm gonna parry you, and then you parry into the attack and it just whiffs, and it's like you lose Fable, you don't do any damage, you're confused. It sucks. But yes, that was Black Cat. We give them a coin at the swamp, and we give them a coin when we're running past them. Or actually, we have to give them a coin at the swamp to allow us to give them a coin again, and skips them at becoming bosses.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a little side quest that you can do, and also gets you a reward of a record, I think, at least for the swamp part. And
maybe?
Yeah, it lets us skip.
I did
Whole
100%
boss
this.
fights.
I just feel like I had missed half of this game for so long. This was like, no, we don't do that though. Owl? There's a boss with an owl for a face, guys. It's really cool. I always like wish I
He's
could like
a doctor.
I wish I could have that mask. It was like my favorite, but we don't go near that guy. It's like, well, do you want to do all bosses, mini bosses? It's like, no, I don't. That is a lot. So, see if I can get it. I actually discovered this tech yesterday.
Ooh,
If you
okay.
jump here, we're still jumping and rolling through the cutscene, so we spawn at the bottom. It
That's
literally
very nice.
happened randomly yesterday during a run. I was like, how did that happen? But then I figured it out. Ow.
That is a nice little time save there. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, who needs gravity? Cutscene. We skip gravity altogether. Okay, so now we are just cruising through. Basically, at this point, as long as we have about this much HP and at least one heal, I will not feel nervous. As the running is actually kind of easy here, but we will take guaranteed fall damage. And as long as I have one heal, I feel safe running past the last two enemies who are scary. Like, if you ever start learning the route and trying to, do it, I would highly recommend just almost on repeat for a while. Practice Door Guardian to the end of the game. Because a lot of runs don't ever make it to Arch Abbey. So it's really good to know what to do.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you're learning almost any speedrun, getting runs through the end is really good. I even know runners that will basically kind of like split up the run into kind of halves or something like that, and then like individually try to PB just the second half of the run. Like, how fast can I get just the second half, so you can get a really nice, good, consistent, and fast second half, so that if you get a good first half, you can kind of just continue and know you're gonna finish out well.
You're feeling it, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And the more you practice and stuff, I mean, I feel like it's almost obvious, but like the more you practice, the more you're gonna run into the "that's never happened before" moments. It's much better to have those in practice than in run.
Yep.
So now we're gonna take an extremely long elevator and we're gonna fight Lax. I'm just honestly I'm just gonna light the thing. We don't need to sit at it,
Not bad.
but I'll just light it. Why not?
Yeah, I really like the Laxasia fight, casually especially, but even in the speedrun, honestly, it's a pretty fun.
Satisfying.
Yeah, it's very satisfying to get the counters on her, but yeah, you'll see. It's a little unfortunate that we skip her second phase so much, because I really like her second phase. It's like really tricky, but so much fun to get down.
It's so scary.
It is.
That's a
I
terrifying.
had to like learn it for some runs where I was just doing as a challenge like very, very low damage strats, and
Thanks, Renee.
man,
Yeah.
you have to really fight her. It is tough.
She's kind of got like the Romeo fire attack, where it's like she like fake attacks and then it comes out later. It's like delayed, but it doesn't look delayed.
Kinda, yeah.
Actually, I think some of hers are actually the opposite, and they're super fast. All right. So we're gonna do a heavy. She normally gives me the same attack every time after that, which she did. So boom, boom, into the heavy. Then we just gotta do a charge heavy, a light, and then one more Fable Parry heavy, and she's done. Boom. Okay.
Nice. Beautiful phase one.
Okay. Okay. 6 lightning. 1,
Try to get at
2,
least 5.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, that should still
I
work.
missed one, but that's okay. but she will still die. I'm gonna spin on her.
You still get the stagger here. Spin, gets the full stagger. She tries to counter you for staggering her, but you can just finish her off here. Nice.
And there we go. There we go. So you actually do not need to spin on her in phase 2. But it's a little scarier, so I'm gonna spin on her in the marathon.
Yeah.
But because you
also-
don't have to, you can skip a stargazer even easier by implementing that strat.
Yeah.
But we don't
Here
want to
we have to make sure to get the humanity from our
Yes.
selection because in order to unlock the final Ergo boss, you need to have enough humanity from the choices that you made along the way. If you have no humanity whatsoever, it forces you into the bad ending where you do not get to fight the extra optional boss. So luckily, giving Sophia Peace gives a ton of humanity, almost all the humanity we need for the entire run. And then we just have 2 more options that we select the humanity for. And luckily, they're fast to select anyway.
Luckily,
so we almost
there
lose no
are,
time.
and we literally have to beat the game. Because one of them is like getting our dad out of jail, and he won't give us the key unless we talk to him. And then the other one is Manus, which we have to defeat him.
And the conversation happens immediately after. Yeah, so we're forced into
Exactly.
both of the options. And then when we're talking to Geppetto, getting the humanity option is actually faster, I believe, by 1 dialogue box.
Yeah, 1 box, which is faster.
And then for Manus, I think it's the same.
Liberated
either way.
her from Archer.
Yeah.
I just know the
I think
option to
it's-
pick. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know which option is faster, but either way, we select liberated her, and it basically doesn't lose any time.
Right. Perfect. Yep. So we are in the what feels like never ends segment of the run. I was like, I just remember casually. I'm like, okay, you've got to be almost done now. And then I was like, oh, Dad's here. Okay, there must be a boss on the other side of this door. Nope. There's a stargazer. Keep running. It's like, what?
Yeah, this section is very long. It's probably the only section of the game that I would say kind of drags on a bit in a casual playthrough. The rest of the areas I really liked. This one I was kind of ready for it to be over by the end.
The problem is like it's not easy either. Like I died a decent bit here. Like these enemies, you could have like a health bar that goes across the screen. He's still gonna hit you for like a quarter of it every time. So it's just it's scary. And then like if you die once, you have to do the entire run. There's not a lot of shortcuts, I feel.
Yeah,
but here's-
obviously, casually you can just grab all the stargazers and it's not so bad. But yeah, in a speedrun, we just skip everything. And yeah, if you have to redo this whole section, that would be a
Minutes.
nightmare.
Back in my wrench runs, I never actually got a deathless wrench run, sadly. So I would certain spots where I lose, it's just like, oh, that's rough.
Yeah. All right, here's our second humanity where we select yes. We tell him he was a good dad, which gives us humanity because that was a lie. He was not a good dad.
No, horrible.
Sorry, Dad.
World's worst
He
dad
just was
mug.
not good.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, pretty bad. But I don't know. I still find it odd that he has the key for the door that's like right outside his cell. Why do you have that? Why do they take that
give the
from
prisoner
you?
the key?
Yeah, I don't understand the logic. So we got one level final level up because we killed Laxasia and Bosch. She's like one of the last bosses, so her soul is worth a lot. Might as well level up. Ooh. I was like, wait, that was the good move. I don't have to do what I was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, we are getting some unfortunate RNG, but that's fine.
It didn't really matter. They both missed anyway.
Yeah, those rapier poke attacks are insane how much damage they do. I mean, obviously, we are really not wearing much armor, but it doesn't matter if you are. They hurt. All right.
We are almost up to the final required boss of the run, not of the run, I guess, but of playing the game. Before we do our extra optional boss for all Ergo bosses.
Unique enemy, Brandon. Oh wait, yeah, I think his name's Brandon. I rarely see him. I was gonna say, Renee, what was it? It's Brandon, right? Oh, that's funny. But yes.
Brandon, he had a little too much to drink last night, I think.
Exactly. He was partying. He was like, I was getting hammered watching Back to Black. It was so awesome. I was like, you do you, Brandon. Oh, yeah. Normally I would not grab this, but I remember what I did at GDQ, and I'm not going to use it. I'm going to save it in case I die. Because I got it, and then I literally just used it. And I was like, wait a minute. That was that was my backup. No. Yes. Okay, so we are going to fight good old Manus. Pseudo-scripted boss, but not really. Phase 2 is more scripted than Phase 1, but it's kind of deal with what we get.
Yeah, luckily he's got a lot of openings between his attacks. He's kind of a slow attacking type of boss, so we get a lot of heavy counters. You can also kind of go behind him, as you can see there, so that he just misses with an attack and we get more hits in. We'd like to get at least one more good counter in here.
Oh, that's such a slow move.
Very nice.
That was such a slow move. I went parried so early.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right,
okay, this is actually
phase
one of the good
2.
attacks, sort of. Scary,
Yeah,
but
not the
faster.
worst.
And then he
Oh,
flies.
nice counter. That is a scary Fury attack.
Yeah, that
to counter,
is.
but he got it.
Yes, chat. It does hurt as much as you think, that attack.
Yes, it does almost entirely kill you.
Yeah. Well, we are good. So I need to save
But
my
here's
shot
the-
put for Nameless.
Yep.
Okay, and then we're
Now
going
in
to
the
send it with
second
the
phase,
spin.
there's this giant hand coming down from the sky, shaking the screen.
Too
and
slow hand.
As long as you kill him fast enough, you don't have to worry about it. Very nice.
Let's go. And then I liberated her from Arch Abbey. Okay. So we're going to unequip real quick. And then we are going to take an intentional death. No memes. I will take an intentional death.
But your deathless run, no.
No, my deathless run. I'm purposely going a little slower. So there is a rare bad thing that can happen. If you use the death item too fast on the elevator, your souls will, your like ergo will stay at the top of the elevator and you'll spawn at the bottom. We do want it because we got some souls for killing Manus, and it'll be more damage for Nameless. And plus by dying, it acts as sitting, so we get, wait, where's this? We get our consumables back, so we only have to sit once. Kind of nice. All right.
You don't have to activate that Stargazer. It's just active, so you can just immediately level up. So.
Yep. All right. Vengeance. Okay, so we're going to, I'm going to make sure, okay, all my items are there. So first we have to refuse. So like was Bitch describing, we would just not have the dialogue option to refuse. So you'd have to take
Handless
the bad
Puppet
ending.
usually is like a super hard extra optional fight, but because we know of some scripted attacks that he's going to do at the start of his phases and we have huge damage, we can just burst through his phase 1 just that fast.
He's dead.
And then, yep, phase 2 now.
You want this move.
That's the good attack.
Yes, we like that. So now hopefully he does a
big counter
backslide
on him. He's soon going to be staggered. We just have to counter his attacks.
Don't dodge. Nice. Okay, perfect. So we're
Nice.
going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm going to spin on him. I'm not taking the riposte.
Okay, interesting. Maybe 2 more attacks.
Oh, that was scary. And there we go.
There we go. Very nice.
True deathless. All right. Avenged myself.
But you died on the elevator
forgot you
on purpose, so...
That's true. There we go. But that's time, by the way. Time. I never said that.
Time.
GG's.
Very nice.
Thank you so much. Yes. There we go. Redemption from... He ruined my deathless other than myself ruining it. I'll be honest. I hate descending. It's like, I spent so long fighting Nameless to finally beat him, and he still like owns you in the cutscene, and my piece of poop dad has to save me.
I'm not
But-
gonna lie, I love it when he's like sacrificing himself for you, and he's like, "You're still a worthless puppet."
Yeah.
And you're like, "What? What? You were the one trying to kill me, and then you saved me by sacrificing yourself, and
But
now
then
you're
he's-
gonna insult me?"
Then he still calls you trash. It's like, why the heck did I even do that? I guess maybe he's mad we didn't beat him, but yes, that has been Liza P, any percent, or no, not 80%. All ergo bosses glitchless. So yes, I mean we're just that good, you know. When you grind hard enough, you can get it. I just want a huge shout outs. Mitch, appreciate you again for hopping on comms. The best yapper and couch I could ask for. That was super
Thanks
fun.
for having me again.
Absolutely. Renee and Catslock and other viewers who have helped me lab out and give me ideas for these new spider strats. They're honestly super fun. So if anyone's looking to join the running community, there's Liza P Discord. So just search for it and you'll be able to get in there. I have a full walkthrough of a +3 glaive route that you can follow for any percent glitchless. And as you saw, all ergo bosses just adds nameless. So there'll be strats for that as well. And then I'm working on actual boss guides because the bosses literally have a million different attack patterns. So I need like an entire video for each boss. But I'm working on that. So yeah. And then I'm on Blue Sky. I don't really use Twitter anymore. That site kind of sucks. So follow me on there. And then YouTube, Twitch. That's where I'm at. Mitch, over to you. What do you got?
Oh yeah, Mitch, Riz, I guess. Also on Twitch. Yeah, I do. Currently, I'm doing Elden Ring. I also do Sekiro. Liza P. Really excited for the DLC, where I'm definitely going to be speedrunning the Liza P DLC when that comes out. And yeah, I don't know. That's about it. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you, Hotfix. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you both for being here. That is us for today for Perilous Paths. But I want to take a moment to thank all of our runners, Sephi and Fats for joining us, as well as the commentators, Guppy Pay, M Rockstar, and of course Mitch Riz. We will be back in roughly 2 weeks, same time, wherever you're located. So for standard record keeping, that's Mondays, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. That may be a different time wherever you are. But that's not it for Hotfix. Oh no, there's still more coming up. So make sure that you stay tuned after the break for Hidden Heroes, hosted by Anarchy. There's going to be another great show there. But without any further ado, that's it for us. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. You take care, but stick around, more to come.